You know it. You know it. I got that hair and I shows it. Y'all some bald ass. Like I can't start saying bad words. The show just started. Maybe like monetization out the window. Right out that window. Right out the little chicken claw. What I want to do today is review some of Jack's live stream from earlier. I was out doing door dashes and I heard some of it and I thought it was pretty funny, some of the stuff that was going down. Also, I need to shave, man. This little beard is not even a beard. I mean just the mustache. I need to shave it. Something that bugs me. Anyway, let's look at some Jack Talcott, of course, because I think that's funny. The stuff that happened today was pretty dang funny. You know what I noticed as well is ever since Savage Dave went to jail, your boy Cheesehead over there just stopped posting things. I just checked right now. He just stopped uploading things, meaning Savage Dave was actually right. Without any Savage Dave, there is pretty much no Cheesehead, which is pathetic in a weird way. I guess it was the same way when Cheesehead was over at Joey Amico's on the Vegas Valley channel, and he had to find something to do. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What is up, my ninja? My ninja. He does the ninja stars when no one's looking. All right. let's watch some Jack Talcott for a bit. So I'm pretty sure I missed some good stuff besides the part I did see, which was pretty much the end part, probably like this part right here somewhere.
Once again,
Oh,
welcome
there's
back
the
to
sound.
Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott,
You
and
sure
I
are.
am filled with this love, filled with inspiration,
Not gonna last long.
excitement,
The
wonder.
love don't
Who's
last
gonna
long.
show up? What am I gonna say? How is it gonna go? Thank
I
you,
put a
brothers
link
and
if anybody
sisters,
does want to
sincerely
join. I put the
all
join
of
link
you
today.
who've already popped
I know it
in
haven't been
and
lately, but I
found
did
your
today.
way.
So if
Thank
anybody
you
feels like
to
joining,
all of you. I'm hoping we have some fun
chatting or
today in the
whatever, I'll be here for
conversations and
about
in the
40 minutes. I
because the
think
conversations of
playing
today
about
are
40
part of
minutes
my
stream.
life, part of your life, and I hope we bring some encouragement, some joy. And that's kind of where the thumbnail was today, man. Encouragement, some joy. And that's kind of
I saw this picture earlier, right? Hey Chuck in Tennessee. I think somebody said you were backstage, something like that. Look at this picture. First of all, that's an amazing Jack artistry, right? I don't know why his forearm's so tiny. His forearm is smaller than the little kids, if you pay attention. Like his little forearm compared to the kid's little forearm. AI isn't very good at certain things. Sometimes they put too many fingers on the things. Look at the little kids' fingers too. They're going like this, like all weird. But when I was looking at the video earlier, I was like, whose kids are these? I knew it was gonna be Jack right there. I was just thinking, whose kids are these supposed to be? In this picture on your background, Jack, you're at a park or something, and you befriend 3 little kids, 2 of them girls and 1 boy, and I'm inclined to believe these are not your kids in the picture. It's a creepy picture, but whatever, I'll allow it.
kind of where the thumbnail was today, man.
Be brave,
Chats
be
with
strong,
Jack, and we're
be
having fun,
fearless.
but we're
Who's
being
that guy?
brave, be
Is that
strong,
supposed to
be
be Jack too?
fearless. That's the best way to have fun.
Wait, why is one of them like a chubby Jack and this one's a really skinny Jack? This one's like I don't know. They look like the same kind of, like, I don't know, his hair's different obviously, but one's a real fit Jack in armor and the other one's a fat chubby pedophile at the park pick you up on kids.
Fun.
I was just
When
kidding.
you're
I was
not
just kidding. That's
worried,
not
when
true.
you're not anxious,
I'm sure he's
right?
not that,
That's when the
don't.
fun can
I'm
really
just joking
emerge.
about that. I don't
So
think he is that.
if you can find the mindset in you, train yourself. It's within your ability. And if you're already doing it, grow it.
All right, let's skip to the
Grow in
parts
your
where people come up, I
gratitude.
guess.
And
Skip around.
on here today with the it was inspired, right? Life is an adventure, and you do need to you need to assume the role of your lead
He's still going on about the thumbnail
of life throughout nature. Now, mankind kind of defies the order and wills different orders
Backstage
and all sorts
over
of
an
crazy
hour.
things.
Shit,
mankind makes life more difficult for itself.
The last few times he kicked me out of backstage,
God,
I think.
Man. God is so glorious.
He leaves me back there. I start writing
so
dumb
miraculous.
stuff.
The giver of knowing, the giver of ideas, the mind. There's a light we know outside of our body. The energies of the sun affect us all.
Oh, they sure do.
But within each of us, in our mind's eye, there's a light of awareness of what do you know? And there's levels to what you know that are undiscovered.
I guess so.
Because I was considering this earlier. The Holy Spirit is the eternal knowing. Because we're at peace within ourselves, within our minds, without confusion. And without confusion, there's just the knowing of being. And if you have the knowing of being here in the present, and it's always in the present, if you have that knowing of being present with life breathing you, then have no fear.
You're supposed to do it like this. You breathe
Allow
in.
your mind to be at peace. See, the Holy Spirit is the eternal knowing.
You gotta hum when you exhale. That's what you gotta do. You gotta hum
that you've experienced will always be true. Your memories and stuff may change, but the ego within us, the belief of who I am, the belief I'm Jack.
Let's skip around. Jack, I want to see you interact with people. Come on. That's what we're here for.
Unlimited. But I don't know how to explain me without triggering people, but I keep trying to do it the best I can. And I'm learning and growing. And here, this morning, though, let's bring this, slow down, be in the present moment where each of us. I'm trusting whatever you're doing, wherever you are, if you had a pretty decent level of safety, pretty decent level of security. But I watched the news this morning.
Ooh, no bueno.
Well, there was that economic theatrics between Donald Trump, the vice president, and Zelensky. Well, that was in the news and in people's attentions and just.
Dude, okay, I get this like whole like thingy about like Trump wanting to be a strong man or whatever, but the stupidest thing was that Zelensky was there to sign a like $500 billion deal for minerals, the minerals that are in Ukraine. Like it was gonna be a very big deal, but they all started yelling like a bunch of little fucking kids, and it just fell apart. I mean, it was stupid. Everybody was disappointed. Everybody was embarrassed. Our country, their country, everybody. The only person that won from that little screaming argument was fucking Putin and Russia. They're the only ones that benefited from what happened with Zelensky, Trump, and what's that cunt's name? JD cunt.
Discussion. You know, the atrocities in Gaza are continuing.
He pooped in all our Cheerios.
As a nation state has been doing, the evidence is deplorable. It's overwhelming.
It's about to be evicted, but no
people, these human beings, they're trapped, right? And Israel's not letting food supplies in, medical stuff in. They're still playing hardball, still playing games with people's lives.
He's switching to a different war.
Israel and this morning, I heard the news that our fearless leader, Donald Trump,
our fearless leader, who raped a woman.
Where is that character? I heard our fearless leader, Donald Trump, has not just him. Not just
just a heads up, you might want to update the date there because this makes it look like you failed at this, Jack. This is a symbol of your failure to make this happen. I would update it so it looks like potential, like Talcott 2025. Why does Trump look pissed and you look happy? That's funny. It's like Trump's yelling at you.
Him, but the members of Congress, they approved another $4 billion with
Is
a B.
it really?
Another $4 billion of weapons to Israel.
Oh shit, it is.
And so, like, as I heard, and I could be wrong with these numbers, but
I feel like my hair's thinning a little right here.
Truth in this,
not too bad though.
$12 billion in the last 5 weeks from America's through weapons deals for Israel.
Mm-hmm. Israel's our allies, allegedly.
Congress, any diplomat representing the United States
I think we picked the wrong one there, though.
Of what they've been doing.
Yeah.
That's not mine to offer. My prayer is to help Donald Trump and the other men and women in representing America in Washington, D.C. My prayer is to find a way to help them lead our world into peace, into reforms. Should God allow it, it would be into the fulfillment of scriptures, the return of Christ, the fulfillment of prophecy. These are what I'm offering, I'm suggesting.
How the actual fuck are you going to help Jesus Christ return to earth? Like, how? What's your plan there, Jack? What prophecies are you hoping to fulfill? Because there's about 80% of them that still need to be fulfilled. The other 80 of no, it's 20% of them still need to be fulfilled. 80% of it's already been fulfilled, like the prophecies. So there's about 20% that needs to be fulfilled. Jack, you got like a couple hundred options to choose from, maybe 100 options or something. Actually, no, I think there was only like 350 I don't know. I got to check on that.
I think it's possible.
Jack's getting biblical. Real. You know what that does to me.
So,
makes my chicken hand go crazy.
Given that, the universe is kind to me, and here's another opportunity for resolve. Welcome, Brother Snafu.
So what are you going to do, Jack?
In which part?
Anything. You've been rambling for 5 years. Mm-hmm. You have no connections. You have nothing to show. So I'm asking you, what are we going to do today? You're going to call the United Nations live? We're going to set up a meeting live? You're going to do something, Jack?
We're going to do the same thing we do every day.
Because you said you offered the returning of Christ. How do you offer that?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about there.
Questions first. Let me come, and then I'll come back and offer answers.
I bet he doesn't answer that.
If this is all right. As a sign of, I want your word, you're not going to do something to get the stream pulled down in this.
The strike team is active, boys, but I'm not pouring bombing you.
All right. I'll trust
you. The strike team is active, though, on all channels. But go ahead.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Just out of fun, here we are, Jack, the definition of insanity. And you're right, Snafu. It's confirmation of what you're saying.
Look at that. Look at your hair. Look at your hair timeline. This is Jack was telling us he was doing something back in the day. This was Jack telling us he was doing something in the middle. Wait, go back to the pictures. We're going to the timeline. Right. Okay, so that's Jack when he told us we were going to do something back in the day. Yeah. That's Jack with less hair telling us that he's still going to do something, but we're not there yet. There's Jack with a little hair, but looking like he's fucking fucked. And we're doing the same thing, but we haven't done it. And here's Jack right here. And then now turn your screen on, and here's Jack again. So I'm asking you, what are we going to do, Jack Talcott, today, right fucking now, to get your ass in the groove of doing some optics?
What? Doing optics?
I friggin' love you, my friend. And here's what we're going to do. Okay? In the moment, right now, we're going to pause. We're going to slow down.
Oh, I didn't see you back there, Hank.
Yeah. Sincerely, praise God. Praise God.
Didn't see you back there. It didn't make a sound when you walked in, I guess.
Yeah, I must not have.
Usually it goes bing.
Yeah, that's how I have mine configured. But yeah, I was there like right after this, so you can go keep playing.
All right. Yeah, let's see this shit show.
That we get to live this crazy adventure of life, and sincerely praise God that our paths have crossed. I do. I got a love for Snafu. I do. You and many others, my brother. So what am I going to do?
You need to tell your chat, I didn't pay Chemo, whether you agree with the interview or not. Chemo, I did exactly what none of you fucktards out there have done. Jack had for years has said, contact my family for me. I did it. How come none of you guys do it? So all you fucktards said, oh, I paid Chemo, or it's not. I actually did what Jack asked of. Whether he got what he wanted or not, that's not the question. But I went and used resources to do it. See, again, same with getting him in the United Nations and other calls and things. Jack knows what time it is, but I just want to say he knows I didn't pay Chemo off. I'm broke.
Here, hold on. Let's be real. Come on now. I don't
Let's
need
be real with Brandy Reeves.
Please stop. Please.
I'm just telling you it is.
Snafu, what you said.
Let's get back on topic, Jack. Not the hair, but what are we doing today? What are we doing now? Because that was a powerful timeline of not only your hair, but like our interaction over the years.
Before he goes on with the hair and stuff, does Jack have a plan, Hank? Does he have any kind of plan besides, I'm just gonna get kicked out? You know, like, is there anything he came up with yet?
Oh, so pretty much it's the if you've seen the show once, you know his plan. So pretty much his plan is to say, go in there and say, knock it off, you two, or knock it off. Then hope someone else comes in and does the rest of the work. And I'm considering being the guy who actually cleans up the mess. But the thing is, I need Jack to do his facilitation part before I can do that. So I may have to just get another goon to do the stuff to do the front. So I'm not sure, but I'll still throw Jack in and see what he does.
I think it's gonna be hard to get Jack to do anything to help himself, though. That's what I'm noticing. It's like people are like, "Hey, you could do this, you could do that," and his excuse is, "I've called the numbers. I've called all the numbers." It'd be like, like you called some other people. You haven't called this person or this number yet. Maybe try this, and keep trying. But I feel like Jack, he doesn't. He wants everybody to do the things for him, right?
Yeah. And I'm going to do that. Sometimes I do stuff at work and it gets someone else to credit. That's because I want to hype them up. And there's a point where I would do that, but Jack's just kind of so needy that he goes over what I can provide efficiently.
Yeah. I mean, if he were a smarter man, he would have hopped on that Margot shit and, he wouldn't even have to worry about being homeless. All right, let's roll it.
Years of your transition of me, still the zebra, but talking to you like, all right, Jack, what the fuck? All right, Jack, what the fuck? All right, Jack, and over the years.
I know.
And here I am, the zebra in your heart line. What are we going to do?
Actually, you know what? There's some history and lore. And if I understood it better, or if someone wants to, some editing opportunities, dude, the variety of people that have been through these streams.
And I actually put in a good word.
What's that?
Moose does your thumbnails. You got editors. You got people
I
who
heard
do your thumbnails and work with you. And don't give me that cheesy grin. I know who does your shit and who does. I'm just.
I heard that part. I was like, this fucking guy over here volunteering my services. Oh, snap, KD with a freaking 20-piece. Thank you, KD. I appreciate it. Salud. Did you know it's not salute, it's salud? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I think it is anyway, because I was watching Breaking Bad and they there's an episode called Salud, and it means something like respect and prosperity or something like that. And I'm thinking that's where we got that salute thing from. Or maybe I'm just pronouncing it wrong. I don't know. But I think it's salud. And we're like, salute.
Just saying you have people who do editor type work for you already.
Here, yes, I have a little bit of support in the back.
Because let's be real, you do not do thumbnails.
It's like
which is fine. I used to have a thumbnail maker. I used to have one.
Please pause. I want to bring us back to the present because I don't want conflicts, but I'm hoping maybe it might be a path to resolve. We've got Inspector Tarek in the background here right now. So, Snafu.
Well, can I ask you this? If he is going to expose me, as he's always claimed, can he do it finally now? Instead of doing like the timeline hair thing that me and you've been doing, can Tarek just do it? Just like I'm asking you to do? Just do it? Wasn't that a Nike thing? Just do it?
Just do it.
You can do it!
That was
Both
a different thing.
What's another way of exposing? Highlighting.
I see what he got nothing.
I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. I took away from where you were in my mind.
Well, no, this is. But I think you were there. You were about to say what we could do together, and look, it's gotten all fucking fired up. So, like, because I said we could do so many things, Jack. You could call the United Nations together.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Hank.
Oh, okay. So.
Real quick, Hank. Real quick though, can you? No, I don't gotta say nothing. I was just gonna say, can you turn your microphone up? Because I think somebody might have lowered your thing a little bit along the way.
Yeah, it's. I had to lower it for Discord. I had to raise it back up.
Oh, okay.
StreamYard, it's very annoying. I had to figure it out. Let me raise it back up for.
I was gonna do it, but I couldn't figure out how to do it right now.
I'll do it from my end.
All right. Yeah, but you can say whatever you're gonna say.
Yeah. How's it now?
No. Go ahead and start talking. Let's see.
Yes. So, Tarek's slow to expose him, but I exposed him like 7 times this year already. That's why Officer Snaps that come and say, "No, I'm not going to porn bomb you, Jack," because I exposed that. He porn bombed OTW on February 20th, 2025.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's like a week ago?
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, so he's still at it then for sure.
Yeah, and that's why Officer Snaps is talking to lawyers now because he's worried that someone may go ahead and hold him accountable. And so that's why he's talking to lawyers. He has lawyers. He says he's talking to a district attorney, and he interviewed a defense attorney, not a district attorney. And I think I'm gonna. I'll have someone send that guy a message. I think it may be his personal attorney, but I need to verify it. But yeah, he doesn't know the difference between a district attorney and a defense attorney. And he's trying to say, "Oh, we're gonna come and sue you like Pussy Ball did." I haven't got any paperwork, even though he promised to give me paperwork for a year and a half already.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna sue you or anything. That takes some money. That takes a good chunk of money, and you gotta find the person. You gotta know their name, their address. They gotta have something you can even sue them for, or else you're spending money and not getting anything in return. Plus, he would have to prove it. So I don't think there's any way he could sue you for anything, right?
Yeah. I, on the other hand, have legal services as part of my job compensation, so I can at least send a letter or something. So
yeah, I was thinking was like Snafu Snaps wants to work with Jack. He comes in, he's like, "Hey, Jack, let's do this and do that." But it's hard to work with Snafu Snaps, I think, because he's so volatile. He's so hot-headed, and one thing gets his attention. It's hard to get him to stop and get back on track. That's why I keep my distance from the guy.
Yes, and he doesn't really like me that much because I was one of the people that can contain him, but I don't allow him to act like a freaking demon like Pussy Paul did. So he really doesn't like me because I have the power to contain him, but won't freaking rub his ego and reinforce his bad behavior.
Do him and Paul still work together?
No, because pretty much after Pussy Paul said I couldn't go on any panels, I pretty much helped Jack be more independent from him.
Mm-hmm.
So and then since Snafu got frustrated and dumped Paul after that.
Oh dang. Yeah, I know Paul likes he's trying to distance himself from the whole Jack Talcott thing. I think he's like, I'm annoyed with Jack, so I think he's just away from him now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Jack let me hold up signs like this on his show because he was done with Paul using his show for Jack was done with Paul restreaming his show. He was annoyed that Paul was just restreaming his show and doing annoying commentary on it. So we did some meta commentary by pushing signals like this through.
Where'd you get that laminated at?
Oh, I laminated myself. I needed to. Sometimes I post signs, but I work in a warehouse, so I need it laminated so it will last more than a week. So it's my laminator.
That's cool. All right, let's roll this.
Live. We could do this. We could do that. What are you gonna do? You put that picture was powerful. For years now, I've been sitting here talking to different hairlines, whether we agree or not, and I want to see you do something. So let's do something. It's 3:28 West Coast.
Here, brother. I'm actually doing quite a bit. The appearance isn't there. The results have not yet emerged, but there's things happening.
Doing?
Huh?
What are you doing then? Tell us.
Well, here, to answer your question earlier, and I don't want you to react. I want you to consider, okay? When I tell you what I'm going to do.
No, not what you're going to do. What are you doing? You just made a statement.
That's what I was going to say.
Now you reverted back to, let me tell you about what I'm going. See, this is what I want to know.
All right, fair enough, Snafu. Fair enough. You made a point.
Go ahead. I'm having a combo here. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to deflect. They're tied together. I've been learning how to surrender and to trust that at the right time, the right inspiration, the right feeling will lead me to do what I'm supposed to do.
So his answer of, what did you do today that's going to help you save your house is what I'm assuming Snafu's getting at. He's like, well, I know what to do when it's the right time. So basically he hasn't did anything to improve or save his house or situation, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So the way I put it is that if he worked for the federal government right now, and if this was his report for Doge, he would have been terminated.
Right, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, Jack, name 5 things you did last week that helped your situation. Dude, if Elon would have sent me one of those emails, I would have been like, fuck you, fuck Trump, just go off. And I just like start tagging him in all those like Twitter videos and shit. Oh man, I wish I would have got one of those.
And I have to admit it to myself that whatever I've been doing, by the grace of God, somehow it's been working out. So this is what I'm still practicing.
So can I ask you a question? So are you safe with the house? The house thing is not happening.
The clock is ticking, and I still don't know.
Okay. I was just curious. Go ahead. That's not even the main thing. I was just curious because I want to know what you consider your blessings, what not, because I know that's on your mind.
Well, here, the answer is I'm trusting in God for right, and I'm focusing on being present, paying attention. What I have done, that was a question that you caught me on. I didn't mean to distract from that. I won't go into details, but I'm still reaching out to people, influencers and politicians. Is that accurate? Well, yes. So
he answered his own question.
I'm still knocking on doors, trying to get some attention. And I'm hoping that someone with a greater platform will see value in what I'm saying and doing, maybe give me a hand up, help me grow a little bit. Because if I can grow quickly, well, dude, all sorts of opportunities are available right now. Hey, blessings. I'm
I have a
having
question.
fun. I
Yeah,
truly, I am from my heart.
Yep.
Did Jack Talcott reach out to you?
Today? No.
All right.
No, I haven't. I don't
You're an influencer.
I don't have well, how do I say it? I don't have any way for Jack to contact me besides my cell phone, and I never gave that guy my cell phone number. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I check my emails pretty much daily. So yeah, no, he hasn't reached out to me for anything.
Yeah, he reached out to me to thank me for trying to freaking put out the fire between Toilet Bowl Earth and the Machine Lies. I still want those gentlemen to get a room. I don't care what they do in it, but you need to get in a room and do something. Because I'm not doing the proxy war BS. Just get resolved, please.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, if we all learned how to get along, our channels would all grow together. But if we all just attack each other and tear each other down, then we're just souring the audience on each other every single day, and we're all holding each other down in a way. I don't know. If we can all learn how to get along, that'd benefit us.
Grateful, truly, for all those who have been generous,
Mike loved your hat.
I'm truly grateful. Hey, Tarek has been patient. Let's bring him up and give him a time to talk. But I don't think we need to spend as much time in exposing each other.
I was gonna say, don't they argue?
We can start highlighting
Snafu
each other and
guys?
start really raising each other up. Thank you for your patience, Tarek.
So they used to be zebras, but Snafu lost so much credibility that even Tarek wanted to distance himself from. So, and that was my doing too. That was my doing. But
all right, let's see how it goes then.
Jack, thank you for having me on. Snafu, how are you? And I would like to say first, Jack, that yes, highlighting what Snafu says and the manipulation and the tactics would be a way of exposing the truth.
Stop.
Right?
Sorry, I'm just. I feel the balls flying in the air.
No problem, Snaps. Let me just finish for 1 second out of respect to Jack's panel and also to you.
Oh
even
my
though
God!
Did
you see that?
Please finish, Tarek. We'll hope.
So, Jack, yeah, I know. I'm not here to, like you said, I get it. We can't go in details because if you have to, just like I did on OTW 3 times now, it would take about 2 or 3 hours. And today I also went on his panel and showed how Snafu lied and a lot of other stuff, right? So I'm not here to do that. But Snafu, regardless what me and you or Jack may disagree on, me and myself, when you say the truth, I will back you up. When you make a false claim against Jack or anybody, I'm not gonna back you up. It's that simple. Okay? And I still love you. No matter what you do, I still love you.
And Tarek, thank you. The key is we stand on the truth. I mean, and this is where I've offended a lot of close friends because I call people out, but we've got to stand on the truth with love. That's the key. We got another guest here. I want to honor. Welcome back, Hank. Twins. How are you, brother?
I'm doing pretty well, and thank you for saying that. Thank you message for me trying to keep
put
the
this
peace
one next to that one.
Panelverse.
I saw your efforts, man. The drama between others. It's unfortunate because they're both amazing, talented people I care about. And that's why I appreciated you were trying to call people out and say, hey, communicate.
Yes, communicate, get a room. I don't really care what you do in there, but you probably need to get in there together.
This is the key.
Just blood comes out from under the door.
How do we communicate with each other so that we can get on the same page? along those lines, Snafu's been wanting back up for a little bit. He's been patient.
Can I communicate with you, like, realistically?
Who? All of us or me or what?
Yeah, all of you. But they're not going to like it. I work with people. I work with people who are actively with the district attorney's offices in multiple states. We work with militias around the world. We work with fucking international, non-international fucking entities. I can hook you up, Jack. You know this. These two people on your panel right here, you got a gay black jab admitted witch, and then you got Tarek, who's king ding-a-ling, balls flying everywhere when he chin checks people. Tarek I respect versus Hank. Hank is just whatever. Do you think, realistically, do you think, no, I'm talking to Jack. When we have professionals who are like, hey, let's listen to Jack and his ideas. Let's get him in council meetings. Let's get him with talks. You're sitting next to a gay, black, jabbed, admitted witch.
You said that.
Do you like?
So I don't believe Snafu Snaps has these connections. He's claiming to militias or district attorneys or any of that. I feel like he's just blowing smoke. I don't know why he does this to Jack. Do you know?
So yeah, because Jack is a little on the gullible side. But
Yes, so.
Yeah, it's a little on the gullible side, but I'm willing. I don't play too much cards, but I'm willing to call his bet. I think
his bluff.
Call his bluff. I'm gonna call his bluff. We'll see how many lawyers he knows for sure, real soon.
Yeah, it'd be like, well, if you're going after me, you're gonna need that militia, Snafu. Nothing else, just the militia.
Let me ask you this: do you feel this is how we could get you into where we need to get you?
Well,
they're sitting next to these type of people.
Snafu.
Just saying, you know. Just saying.
Please stop. Just
raise your hand.
The.
I'm not being mean. I'm just saying. I'm not being mean because think about it.
I know, Snaps. I know.
Oh, here, please.
Derek, I don't look at you as the way as Hank and these other.
Please.
I understand.
I lost my thought, and thank you for the patience. I appreciate that. Snafu, I want to point out what you're doing. I trust that what you're saying is true, that you have connections, you have the ability, but you're withholding it because you want to.
No, I'm not withholding it. That's where we're missing. I'm sitting here saying,
oh, okay. So what prevents you from sharing?
If I may, it's like what Margot told you a while back, right? She was like, Jack, how can I want to connect you with some of my connections and these people when you have some of these other people and stuff that you sit side by side with who are absolutely terrible for you connecting. I'm not talking about terror. Yes, I hate in that position.
Snafu, please pause.
Oh, I heard the boop that time.
Please pause. We're gonna.
I heard a little boop. Ring, ring, ring. Who is it? Oh, what up, Mike? Haven't seen you in a while.
You have royalty up here.
Yeah, we got two black jabbed witches. And
Hank,
Mike.
salute. Hank, salute with your black magic. Hank, black magic. That's it. What's going on? Are we watching our Lord Jack Talcott?
Watching our Hank, Savior.
Look, Hank Messiah. Is on screen with the same sexy outfit. Look.
That's why I put him up top. So he could be next to himself.
I have a sub hobby where I like to commentate on panels I was actually on.
I can't stand like watching myself because then I'll start being like, this is what I meant at that time and all that. If I'm ever reviewing something I'm on, I skip past myself.
Did you see me? I went on Kane's. I went on Kane Catharsis. I went on his panel.
How'd it go?
You gotta watch it, dude. I was fucking with Cheese Dick. It was funny as shit.
What? Good. When was that? I gotta check that out.
Today.
Oh, nice.
You were also on Gen X Jeff today.
Ooh,
yes, nice. Yeah, I love Jeff. I'll go back on Jeff's in a little while, but yeah, I always show Jeff support, always. Jeff's a good dude, man. He's a good dude.
I was working on my Jeff cartoon today, too. I did one little thing of Jeffrey, It's like a 20-second animation, but I got a second part I'm gonna do because like the first part there's like shots fired, and then the second part is my Hampanak guy's gonna come in with a chainsaw because you know how I just watched like Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, right? Like so I drew him a chainsaw, so like the chainsaw is gonna come in and he's gonna like it'll like kind of block the bullets is the plan.
Hank,
that's all I got for it so far.
Hank, do you know about Evil Dead? Do you know about Evil Dead, Hank?
That rock band?
No, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
The movies.
Then that answers your question.
Okay. So Hank, I grew up on Evil Dead. I grew up on Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is a god. He's a god in B movies. He's a B movie god. Bruce Campbell is life. Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and the remake of Evil Dead 2. I mean, the original. Go ahead.
I think they took out the scene, you know, where the girl gets taken by the trees and they kind of, you know, like,
the Browns goes some funny places.
Yeah, I think they took that part out of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they edited it out or something in the, I think on Amazon. Because the tree got her, but then it didn't show that part.
Yeah, you know what, Mike? I need you to tell that to Mark Reed because he's an peekaboo atheist. He doesn't believe in gods at all. So you need to tell him that there's a god in the movie theaters. So that would do me a huge favor, a huge solid.
Evil Dead, though, Evil Dead is a great movie. Bruce Campbell, he was also on a few other series, like Burn Notice. I think he was on Burn Notice, which was like a series.
I like Burn Notice.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell was on that.
I can picture him with like a really like cheesy tan and everything. Like groovy.
Yeah. Shop smart, shop S smart. I mean, it's the
that shit was funny, dude. He's like, "This is my boomstick." He just starts describing it. It was like, I don't know. I thought that was funny as hell.
The girl knits him up. Oh, great! I need a horse blanket, and she smacks him in the face. Oh, it's funny, dude. Evil Dead is the best series ever. But yeah, no, it's great. When you were Banana, when you were mentioning Evil Dead, I was like, oh my god, this kid, because you're a kid to me. You're 20 years younger than me. I was like, oh my god, this kid knows about Evil Dead. People don't know about Bruce Campbell.
I hadn't ever seen Army of Darkness though. That was the first time I watched that one. I didn't like it's weird because I never really thought about it. At the end of part 2, he gets sucked into that thing and like he gets sent back in time. And I remember hearing about Army of Darkness or Ash vs. Evil Dead and all those things, but I never watched them before. So I was like, I don't know. I was not disappointed though. I mean, it was freaking amazing.
Great movies, man. It's just that cheesy gore horror, you know, and you like the cheesy gore horror. It's awesome. But yeah, I don't mean to steal your thunder, but yeah. So you got cat hair bearded Jack, you got sexy Hank up there, and you got Snafu, and you have Cuck Tariq. So let's do
you know Tariq? I don't know that guy.
He's a Jack Cuckold.
Oh, okay. There's a couple of them. All right, let's see where it goes.
Gonna slow down. We're gonna be present, right? But I need you to be willing to hear ideas more than your own. Okay.
Yeah. I understand. I'm just saying, do you not disagree with what I just said? That your reputation.
Well, Margo, Snafu. Here, let's come back to what you said. Thank you. Back to where the conversation was. Yes, there's similarities between you and Margo. She, as she said, has connections and ways of sharing support. Hey, she's here, actually. But the key is, will you share? Welcome, Margo. Wonderful.
Hi, welcome, Margo.
Hi, Snafu.
Hey. Will she share? I mean, Margo shared. Margo offered you her connections with Congress people that I still will take advantage.
Dude, Margo, from when I actually when I started watching earlier, what kind of made me want to review this too was Margo at some point she's like, "Hey, Powdered Dusty, if you come over to like my state, you know," she's like, "I'll blow you and give you a free car."
Yeah. Banana, do you like King Stephen? Do you like King Stephen? I'm just asking you, like, if you...
I'm not a fan of him, but we're what's it called? Cordial, I guess.
Hello. I like King Stephen. King Stephen showed a picture of Beg State without his filter on. Holy moly!
Yeah,
But go ahead.
I kind of like King Stephen, but I like him. He does not like me at all. But he was one of the people who captured Turbo TBEBT side and showed that he was playing the fire alarm clip to make me look stupid.
Yeah.
So he caught that. So I'll thank King Stephen for that.
I like King Stephen. I think he's a pisser. I think he's smart as shit. But no, he does rub people the wrong way. And
I think
Hank,
he's funny sometimes. He's like,
yeah.
you know, all the barbershops, that's where all the Negroes have the best conversations. He just says stupid ass shit. Like, he's like, my servants, you guys. You know, or just stupid ass shit. I think it's funny, but, you know, honestly, I don't believe him.
I mean, I think there's a few times where he says he has real estate in Michigan stuff. So I asked him, send Jack a super chat to show how much money you have. You can afford at least $5. And he said, no, I don't want to do it, or I can't do it now, even though I have U.S. bank accounts. And it's BS.
I can tell you this, not speaking for the man, but I know that he likes Banana and Hank. He likes you guys. He loves it. He loves anybody who gives Jack crap. He loves it. He loves that stuff. But yeah, hello. But no, it's just. Yeah, I love King Stephen. He's hilarious.
Yeah, there's that voice too. He has like a really good voice too.
He does.
Yeah. All right, back to this.
And he likes to drop by my streams. I always let him on. So
that's it.
All right, you guys. I'm excited about this Margot bit. I'm gonna see this.
Advantage of if she ever again allowed. Go ahead. I'm just saying she's offered to share.
I know, Snaps, but can I say something real quick? Margot did offer a lot of stuff. You did offer a lot of stuff, right? But it was based on you making sure that Jack has to follow whatever they say, not what his truth is. Just my opinion.
Okay. No, Tarek.
And one more thing, as that
you're not really in this combo.
I saw your interview with Robert Bird.
Hank, you're not in this combo. I told him that you're like the reason why.
Of course,
he's not even letting you talk at all.
Of course, I don't deserve to live up to Snaps. Oh, shut up.
Damn.
Thank you.
He didn't let you talk. Like, you've been up there.
No, all I'm saying is I want to bring it back to Jack. But all I'm saying is Snaps. I always said that to everybody, even though when I'm trying to like go on panels and trying to like shed light on some things that I don't agree with you. I said, whenever you are truthful and I believe you have a claim and proof, I will stand by you every time. But whenever you don't, I will not. So don't take it personally. It's not a personal attack. It's not a personal attack. But I'm sorry, I yield.
I'm tired of the interruptions. Snafu. Okay. I'm hoping to make peace with you. Please respect there's other people here with us. So, Margot, I don't know what you heard or what you didn't hear. Snafu brought your name up as an example. People from my past who have connections and potential to really help me succeed, but I haven't received access to any of those connections because I haven't met the approval. But
you know, I would say, Hank, you definitely help Jack succeed. You give him money, you give him time, and you go up there and everything. A lot of people do, actually. Like, people buy memberships and everything. People are trying to help him succeed, but he just doesn't want to do his own little bit of work, I think.
Welcome, hallelujah. Chuck. Hallelujah. You're 100% right, Banana.
The funniest, hey, Chuck, salute. The funniest thing, though, ever, the funniest thing is when Hank sits there and just smiles. And, like, I can see him trolling with a smile. It's funny as hell. Go ahead, guys.
All right. Chuck, you got anything? Or you want to watch it?
I have no mercy for a man that spends $1,000 on a NLP weekend in Los Angeles when he's facing eviction from his house.
He could have paid his fucking mortgage for the month or something, right?
Well, King Stephen paid it. Stephen paid it.
Did he?
Stephen didn't pay shit.
Did he?
Jack spent his
No.
money.
Oh, I was gonna say, dang.
So,
Jack said that King Stephen gave him $1,000.
No, he
That's what
didn't.
That's what Jack said.
Stephen's in an insane asylum. How's he going to pay anything?
Allegedly.
give him his sister's money.
Dude,
Allegedly.
King Stephen is wealthy. He has money, dude. He has
Prove
money.
it. Prove it.
I don't have to prove it, Chuck. He has money. He's well off. He comes from a very wealthy family. He
Did
does.
you see his
Prove it.
crown?
Prove it.
Did you see the crown on his puppet?
Yep.
He does.
Straight
And
off
so-
of Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers, whatever the hell it was.
It is Mr.
No,
Rogers. It's King Friday. It's a,
Yeah, King Friday. But no, Stephen does have money. He does have money. I can tell you that he does. He does have money.
How can you tell us he's got money?
I can't go into details, but he is well off. He is.
I
Are
can't
you
go into
paying him?
details.
Mike? Does he
I
work for
got
you?
250,000. Does that mean anything? No.
Damn,
Not as
that's
much
pretty
not
good.
as much as
That's
other
pretty
people.
good, man.
Yeah,
If you work really
250
hard, you could be as rich as King Stephen
Yeah.
someday.
How do you think I
250
support Flow?
With methamphetamine.
BJ's?
Oh, I
You
don't
talking
do
about-
drugs.
Oh,
Sorry.
BJ's? Oh shit.
You talking about filter state? Did you see when King Stephen showed Flo without his filter on? Woo-hoo-hoo.
Does he have a
Wow.
filter on?
You're so gullible, Mike.
I'm not gullible.
All
Chuck,
right,
Chuck.
you guys. Before you
Hold on,
guys
hold on,
start
hold on,
arguing,
hold on.
all right, go
No,
ahead,
no, it's
Mike.
okay,
You
come
get
on.
into the last one. You get into the last Jeff. Go ahead.
Chuck, I am much more knowledgeable than you think I am. I'm the king of the sector, like Stephen. But go ahead, Vanessa.
On that note, let's roll the video, you guys. I want to hear some Margos.
Well, I'm hold on there. I mean, I gave you my connections with the city council.
You told me to call the numbers that I can get from the internet.
And you
Right.
didn't.
Basically what you
Call
told
them
And
out.
you didn't.
Force that in your mind, though. She was like, Jack, you could get
I said that you could name drop and that I provided you with my connections, which I did. But I can't.
That's right, dude.
When you say you want the connections, wouldn't the truth be that you want others to help pave the way with you?
Is there
Hallelujah.
anything wrong with hoping others will help me?
No, not
Okay.
not at all.
All right.
Hey,
So that's what I've been
if there's a raised
praying
sidewalk,
for,
Jack, why do we gotta keep making new
Margot,
ones
since
for you to go weird ways?
2018.
If I may, I remember this day very specifically because we monitor and keep track of everything. So the day that Margot, and I'm actually receiving some of the screenshots and stuff back in that day, the day that Margot offered these stuff, she did say, "Hey, Jack, you could name drop." And I remember having a personal conversation with Margot. She could verify this because I was like, "You're gonna let you like, okay, Jack Talcott." I wouldn't probably at that time. I told you know how I felt, Jack. I was like, not gonna name drop. I'm just saying you got upset, Jack, because she said that you should go put the work in. But yes,
Hey,
here's the contacts. Here's where the
Snafu. Right. You're reliving the narrative that you want to believe.
Exactly.
But here's my real
Is
life
that not how it went
experience.
down, Marco? Is that not how it went down?
Hey, Snafu.
No.
Right.
No.
You're so focused and yep. Okay. Say Margot's right. She told me to name drop. Well, I've tried speaking to people, but allegedly, according to Margot as well, she's encouraged them to stay away. But so I don't know really what to believe with Margot. And I've blindly reached out. I've tried speaking to Zach Sapone more than once. He shared time for one conversation with us on the phone that I remember. I don't know how to convince people to take me seriously.
What was that conversation about, if I may ask? Like, did you guys get?
Well,
Oh, good
here
question
I am,
by
a
Snafu.
stranger without any support, right? No one else really validating for me. No one I can say, hey, go talk to this person to see what they think. I walk into the city government and I say, hey, I've got an incredible education. I've been studying transformation, success, all sorts
This
of
is where
different
I started
things
watching.
along
This is
with
where I started watching.
politics and economics. And I believe that I could be a great asset in the community. Would you be willing to help me? But my requests for help have fallen on deaf ears for many years. So this is.
I feel like if Jack was educated in economics, he wouldn't be in this financial situation, right? Like, wouldn't that be like part of it? He would just be kind of well off.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
think
think
he's.
it's.
Go ahead,
I
James.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's economics is the issue. It's just he wants God to do everything for him instead of do stuff for himself. That's a big issue.
True.
There's a thing in psychology when like you doubt, like you actually almost make believe reality is not real. I think Jack thinks that like nothing's bad's going to happen to him because he has this false sense of entitlement. When I hear him speak, I've never seen anyone preaching God's message that is so disrespectful to his followers. If that makes sense, like in other words, I've never seen a pastor or a minister be so disrespectful to people that are trying to follow his message. It's almost like Jack is doomed to fail. He shoots himself in the foot daily.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Do you understand, Banana? Like he literally, he's a self-defeatist. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah,
He needs to have more ambition.
Yeah, I mean, Jack and I had this discussion on the show before. He says nobody can understand my message. I teach back as best I can. He says I still don't get it. Then I ask who does understand your message, and he doesn't have a list of anyone. So
he'd be like, Jack, do you understand your own message? He'll probably be like, oh, it's so understandable that not even I understand it,
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what he's like. And he says, if people just try, they'll get it. Then he assumes no one's trying. I mean, how many hours I spend on his panel trying to understand his message, and I can probably teach it back just as good as he can.
Hank and Banana, all my years of going to church and talking to different kind of pastors or ministers, I've never seen a pastor or a minister give advice and then curse at the same person 2 minutes later. I've never seen anything like it. I think Jack, this is what I think, gentlemen. I think Jack is bipolar. I think he means well, but he has a bipolar personality where it's good versus evil. Yeah, because
I think I'm a little bipolar sometimes too.
Yeah. But you don't flip on people like he does. Shut the F up. He'll start cussing someone out that he just praised 3 or 4 minutes prior. That's not normal.
Yes, but he will make the perfect goon. He'll make a very good lobbyist. That's exactly what I want a lobbyist. Because then they had to focus on him. That he'll absorb all the time and energy from the room. That's why I want a lobbyist.
I think if Jack wants to do better, he should just get up every day, get out of his house, walk around, look for work, talk to people, make friends, and he'll gain connections and he'll find himself on the path to doing something. But if he sits at home all day crying and meditating, and then he does a live stream and then just cries and meditates for the rest of the day, he's not really going to get anywhere because he's not doing anything like to make the stuff happen. Like God can, but he probably won't just be like, sure, Jack, we're gonna make those people rethink it, and you just don't have to pay mortgage anymore because you're you, Jack. It's you gotta do something, Jack. It's hard to get him to understand that he has to use his legs and his arms and walk around and do things.
I mean,
I think
Percy Paul told him to start his own monastery if it's in his house or something like that, so he could actually afford to pay it off.
That would be good. Something.
I
A
think
Jesus bed and breakfast.
I think he believes his own delusion. He believes his own delusional thoughts, and I think that he's veered off into something that's not normal. And hey, listen, I wish the best for the guy, but you know, at the end of the day, if you notice, no one's giving him money. What are they giving him? $10 a night? I mean, that's nothing. $5 a night, you know. But the thing is that his message is not coagulating with other people. It's just that, you know, he's just foolish, man. He's just man. I'm saying man now, but yeah, I don't see it, and I've never seen someone as a supposed Christian or a supposed leader of something better be so disrespectful to people. If you disagree with him, he actually curses at you. I've never seen. Listen, I'm a Catholic. Okay, I'm Roman Catholic. The father would never curse at you. He may ask you to step away. He may say, "Listen, we're not getting along. We're not reaching the same message. Let's go ahead and let's regroup tomorrow." But the father would not curse at you. F you, you moron. Jack curses at people. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know what they do behind closed doors, but they surely wouldn't do it at church. Jack would. Jack definitely would if he was the preacher, though, because he does it on the live streams. A preacher definitely, if they were doing a YouTube church, they wouldn't be cursing or anything.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few of them, like Pastor Anderson that curses at church. So.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there's a pastor that curses at church.
But is he cursing at people, or is he just like cursing in general?
It's hard to say, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from. But and
Yeah.
those I give Jack, and those I give Jack, it's far more than what Officer Snaps or Margot and Tarek does. So.
Well, Snaps. Did you know, Hank? Did you know Snaps went up on? He actually got to go up on Chaotic Truths. He actually let him up, and he was up there for like a couple minutes, and it was just like chaos, and he got booted. So, like, yeah, he got booted off.
About zebras. The zebras are gonna get you.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, what the heck? He's like, oh, and he just booted him off. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this. Let's see Jack shoot himself
This is
in
the world we live in. What are we gonna do? What I'm gonna do? The clock is ticking. My life is completely and fully in God's hands. I know this. Now, what God is going to allow with me or without me, brothers and sisters, if you have not subscribed yet, tune in, stay tuned, because life is happening.
Jack, may I say something real quick based on what Snafu just said about Margot and the claim?
And then I'd like to follow up after Tarek.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Actually, Margot, I think from like last year till now has made a great, I would say, amends. She's been very polite and all that, right? But when Snafu said, did Margot give you that info and all that back then? Yes, she did. But also, if you remember Snaps, Margot at that time was also trying to tell Jack's neighbors she's going to be happy when he will be get out of his house and she would tape him. So, Snafu, please try to be at least fair and truthful when you have to say what you got to say.
I actually, if I may, and I'm going to let Margot go, I actually know quite a bit more than you, Hank, me, Margot, and Jack, because remember, chemo was introduced through Margot, but I've contacted family on my own. I took initiative. So really, in reality, Margot and I and Jack really know the depths of the optics. But go ahead, Margot.
Well, first off, Jack, when I was concerned about your mental health, yes, I did alert people that I had some concerns. I believe you've come a long way. I believe that your mental health stabilized as far as education, I know that you've studied.
Implying he
I
was
would be careful
unstable.
about telling people that you have an education, because an education is when someone studies and they're tested on that
How about
knowledge. And
Margot?
then
Sorry.
I'll continue.
Yes,
I'll continue.
I'm sorry.
I will continue. As far
Look at
as
Margot.
you reaching out to people that I know, you're very welcome to do that. You're very welcome to tell them that I know you. But what else could
Why
I
would
do?
I? Margot, maybe you could contact them and say, hey, can you give this guy a few minutes? He said he's tried. Maybe it's been a while, but anyone, Margot, anyone in Spokane. I know I've got a better odds of finding a place to go or what to do if I find someone in Spokane to join me.
So he's not looking for a job or, something like that, right? To earn money. He's looking for a place to go. He's looking for somebody to either pay his bills or just take him in, which is kind of weird considering his age, that he wouldn't be like, hey, I'm a grown man, I gotta work. Just something. Strange to me.
Yeah, which is, if he was looking for a job, I found a very nice video on a tofu factory that's in Washington. I don't know if it's close to him, but I saw a nice tofu factory. He's a vegetarian. I think that
is he?
pretty good. Yes.
I didn't know he was a vegetarian.
Yeah. So I think that may be something he would be open to, if he was open to working at all. But at least he'd be producing stuff he would actually eat and doesn't hurt.
Right? It'll be good for the community or whatever. Like, hey, you're serving people food or you're making food or something. That's something that even in this, like it's a job that the community needs. Even if there wasn't a money system, somebody would have to do it. So I mean, he could have pride doing that. I don't know. I feel like he feels like he loses his pride if he has to work, and that shouldn't be the case, I don't think.
Yeah, pretty much how it works is, since money is credit that pairs, you have to work for someone. That's a given.
All right, let's see. Margot offered some stuff, and basically Jack was like, "No, you do it for me, Margot." So let's see where this goes.
About on that, because I've done that. I said, let's call the United Nations together. I called the United Nations with Moose last year. Two, 3 times. I'm just saying.
Hello. Has nothing to do what I was just talking about.
It does, because you've had offers to connect.
No, it doesn't.
You
Please
don't think
pause.
So I can't ask a question?
Hank,
because I'm not understanding
you. Can ask your question.
See, that's why I don't get is like, you contribute and Jack still treats you like an enemy or, something that you're not helping him. And it's like, bro, like, what more do you, like, let's say, Hank, you donated to his damn channel, right? That's all you need to do. Or you show up and you talk to him. That's all you need to do. But I don't know what the hell else Jack expects of you. I mean, that's crazy, Him asking for anything else besides that is just nuts.
After I address the comment, please be respectful.
So like
dude.
Hank froze.
Go ahead.
Golly, geez. And then if you recognize, I never actually even got an opportunity to respond back to Margot or Tarek. Chill out, please.
I would like to finish at some point as well.
Please do.
Rick Clark is the biggest mover and groover in Spokane right now. Does he know
Hank
me?
froze.
No. But I think if you did some volunteer work with him, he would have amazing connections with you. I don't know why you haven't called him, or you're out volunteering and working first for him and then with him. That's what I would suggest. But again, I haven't been in Spokane now, Jack, for 3.5 years.
Great. Margot, great. Then you know nobody. You are of no support. For your advice, it's been received. No reason to repeat this old stuff. So,
but I have been supportive.
Are you done? Are you done? I'm sorry. Maybe you weren't done.
My chicken hand.
But I have been supportive and kind to you for.
Okay. No denying that. No denying that. Okay. Now can I please, Hank, thank you for the contribution and the continuing support, my brother. May I buy a retraction to Officer Snafu Snap's terroristic threats to celebrate peace and restorative justice? So should we bring the topic back to Hank and, yeah, the dispute between Hank and Snafu? Maybe that's the best one to resolve.
Why we could do that, but why would you do that when we're talking?
Right.
Because I had a question about what you and Margot were saying. I wanted to understand you better.
Like, why would you do that? Like, not Hank. I mean, I get why Hank did his comment, but Jack doing like, oh, maybe we should switch it to this because Margot's trying to help me by giving me sound advice, you know, how to make connections and meet people. He just doesn't want to do the legwork. He doesn't want to do his part. And obviously that's not going to attract a woman. It's not going to get you a job, you know, and nobody's going to want to take care of a 50-something-year-old man baby child who thinks he's the Messiah, you know. Until you stand on the Mount of Olives and it cracks in half, I'm not going to believe you're the Messiah, Jack.
I don't understand, because part of me says that you want someone there to either set up a business meeting or be with you.
Stop repeating the past. Pause, please. Okay? Holy cows, man. So many people.
Holy cows.
Margot, please, let me address what you said, okay? I know you want to minimize my life experience that I call an education.
Here we go.
But I've been
No, I do not.
Educated. Well, anytime I say I've received education and experience.
Boop.
I apologize. Something Comcastic happened to me.
Ah, that's cool. It happened to me earlier too. I was doing the stream where I was drawing, and then like everything just shut off. I was like, what the fuck? Well, my computer stayed on, but like all the connection went out and everything. All right, back to this. Margot's telling Jack how he's not educated. I like saying it that way.
Jack, be careful about saying educated because you didn't go through the process like the rest of the sheeple.
Good luck, Mike. Good luck with that. Jeff,
I'm
don't
sorry
like me.
You have not.
Right.
But when you say that you have
Margot,
an
here,
education,
please.
you want to be careful. You don't want to misrepresent, Jack.
I know. Oh, God bless, Margot. Say that again.
You do not want to misrepresent.
Correct. We don't want to misrepresent facts. We don't want to misrepresent the facts of each other. This is a.
Do you want to give me the definition of education?
Margot?
Yes.
I'd rather you try and pay attention to what I'm saying instead of the battle you want to win.
Well, when you say facts, what is the factual definition of an education?
It's a process of learning.
No, it is a process of being assessed after learning.
Okay, great. So does that change anything that I was saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So here's an issue. That's actually the first time I heard that definition.
Me too. I looked it up right now, and that is not the actual definition.
Yeah, and if that's the case, why can't we just do the test instead of taking the classes for the credits? That'd save a lot of money. I could study on the internet. I come and take the test. I pass. I got my degree. So why couldn't I do that if it's just about the test? Because
you could do that in high school if you get a GED.
Exactly. So if education is about the test, then they wouldn't have to force the classes on us for the credits.
Oh, I'll give Jack a bone here. All right. So the second definition of education is an enlightening experience. So, I mean, hey, you could claim education through something that enlightens you. You know, that's
Yeah.
The
we have one for Jack and 0 for Margot so far.
Right. All right.
Why are you getting mad, Jack? Why are we having intensity here?
Do you want to understand?
Yeah.
I hope you do.
I told you.
The reason I'm getting frustrated is because the attitudes of the both of you and Hank.
I've been quiet.
To be honest, and
I've been
Hank's friendly fire. To be honest, he's just trying to.
Right.
I think
He's
move
invalid.
things along.
I get it.
Here's the thing. My life is important to me. That's why I want him to retraction. That's all.
Good for you.
But Hank, it's not cool. I think Jack was trying to say. What Jack's trying to say is, with all the questions that's being asked from him and to reply back from everybody, we have to stay on the subject. Like, let's not just jump all over the place so he can actually defend himself or defend his position. So actually, Margaret can get clarity and you can get clarity, Snaps. And I appreciate you, Snaps, being.
He got mad at me when I was trying to get clarity. I was literally trying to talk about the present.
Because of the interruptions, I think. But I'll yield. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you?
I was asking Jack about the present, and you got mad at me, like saying, "Oh, you're."
Yep.
So Jack wants to be a peacemaker. That's his whole thing. He wants to be a peacemaker. I gave him the opportunity to be a peacemaker, and he is rejecting it because it's not focused on him.
True. He should have some kind of a channel. What were we calling it again? What was the channel, you guys in the chats? It was a redemption channel. That's what it was. He needs a redemption channel. He'll bring people up. They'll either redeem themselves, redeem their relationship, or whatever. And just you come to Jack's channel and you make good with the YouTube universe. That's what he should do. He should be like a Maury Povich or something, one of those things where he's just like, hey, what's the problem? Let's all talk about it and figure it out for you guys.
He could just fit in a Jerry Springer because he has the drama. He just needs to do the mediation. He's Jerry Springer.
But yeah, I did the Jerry Springer stuff for a while too. It's fun too. When you're Jerry, it's fun.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want the mediation. I mean, his shows when officers his first terroristic threat to me, and I documented on my post, and Jack's offended that I value my life more than I value whatever Jack wants.
Do you think Snafu is any threat to you or your life, though? Because I'm pretty sure he's not. But, I mean, it's your life and how you feel about it, obviously.
So, I don't know, but I don't want to give the opening. So, even if he's a hundredth of a percent, I'm going to eliminate the threat. Especially since I know how he operates. He's not going to do it himself because he's a coward. I mean, he's not even on camera. So so how he wants to do it is using a proxy. He's gonna lie to someone and get them to overreact, then hurt me. That's how he wants to do it.
Yep, that happens. That's why everybody goes around name calling each other all the time. It'd be like, if I could just convince the people in the audience to hate you. All right, let's get back to this.
Like Mike, take a breath. It's the ego within us that seeks to be right. Okay? That's where we get impatient. That's where my impatience is shown. That's a representation of my ego. I'm trying to keep the ego aside and allow the spirit to lead. The spirit I'm choosing to lead me is love. So please be present with love. We can communicate with each other. We can understand each other, especially if we can discuss the disagreements.
I'm trying to, and you keep getting pissed the fuck off and won't let us. You won't let us ask our questions to you.
Snaps, I agree with you a little bit, but here's the thing. You've been doing much better in terms of pausing, but in the same time, you keep interrupting a little bit where Jack cannot get his thoughts. When he doesn't get his thoughts, maybe he loses them. So let him just speak. That's all.
Actually, you know what? This is a good point. I've been patient long enough.
Tark hour.
Snafu, you're welcome. We can try and continue talking offline. If you certainly show that, if you continue your efforts to try and communicate, we will understand each other. And when we do, we'll have a lot better conversations instead of this bullshit wasting time every day. So here, Margot, I love you, sister. I really do. And I know you care. But my state of mind was always here. I was never out to harm anyone. There was a day, or, there was a couple of days in a number of years where I thought about harming myself. But beyond that, I've been at peace.
I'm very glad those are in your past. Absolutely.
No, Margot, this is what you don't understand. The things you.
Yep.
So pretty much, Jack believes that all he needs to do is walk into the room and say, knock it off, to resolve the world's issues.
I think that is his plan with Donald Trump too, and I feel like it's gonna not get him anywhere.
It can't get him anywhere, even on his own panel. He didn't. He didn't. God. In fact, I just wanted to do that with the Machine Lies and Total for Earth, and he didn't even do that. He didn't. That's all we needed him to do, and he didn't even do that. He just kept them separated instead of putting them together, let them yell at each other for 1 minute, then say knock it off. That's why we even wanted him to do. He refused to do that because it didn't focus on himself. It took the focus off himself. Even though it would have put the focus on himself in the end, because he was mediating the situation. He wasn't even willing to do that. It was a perfect opportunity to show how he could cause peace. He refused to do that because he didn't want the feeling of just losing control, I guess.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been about him anymore. I get that, but like, he should do that too. Like, he should do the mediating too, because he wants to be this, like, whatever leader, right? And the leader would be the one not necessarily mediating all the time, but making the decisions or something. And it's like, Jack, how the fuck are you supposed to be the leader, but you can't lead anybody? You can't do the things you want to do, and then we're just supposed to send you off to Trump somehow. None of us know how we're supposed to do that in the first place. It's just, I don't know. His leadership skills, he claims to have them, but it's all of us. Like, he's always like, it needs to be about me. And it's like, that's not what a leader does. A leader doesn't go, hey, you guys, look, it's me, the leader of the thing. No, the leader's like, hey, let's do things. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Today we're doing this thing or whatever. The guy with the message and the plan.
Yeah, and you can't really have him be a manager either, because the manager has to push papers, move people around, and that stuff, and that's drudgery work. It's linked by managing's worse, so can't have him managing either. So the only thing we can get him to do is sell stuff. But he kind of doesn't want to sell anything other than himself.
Jack just wants to lay somewhere and have like Margot feed him grapes and Noel just like fan him with like a big palm tree leaf or something, and then we all do his bidding. I think that's what he envisions as success.
That's great and all, but how does that accomplish world peace?
I don't think it does. It just makes Jack happy. I think that's all this is about. I don't think it is about anything else other than just making Jack happy. Even though he disguises it as world peace, love, and all this stuff. Once I meet Donald Trump, it's like, no, once you meet Donald Trump, you're probably going to get like money from YouTube clout and junk like that. Donald Trump's probably not going to want to talk to you anymore. And, you're probably just going to spend the rest of your days doing this, Jack. But that's only if you meet Donald Trump.
Zelensky didn't have a fun time the last time he met Donald Trump, and freaking Jack's not even president of a country. I mean,
right? And the way Trump was talking to that dude, oh my god, dude, ugh, that was so cringy to watch that show. I was like, ugh. I know Daisy brought it up on this stream. A little bit later, she brings it up.
Who another said about me, they were not true. You took You took
one won't
parts of
face the truth.
facts,
Delusion
created this big story, you and Charles and Maria and all these other characters, and you guys gossiped with each other, spent time on me, but not with me. So, Margot, you
like
are
right
part of
now,
this
spending
Jack
time
Talcott
on
story.
Jack, but not with
I
me.
understand.
And
And we did try to include you.
I didn't.
so you claim.
No, we
The
did.
evidence, Margot. No, I'm not going
Yes.
to play this. You did not try. You're lying to
example?
yourself, Margot.
May I give an example?
Yes, an
Please.
example.
The way that we
Killer
communicated,
Man.
I've never spoke. I think I've talked to Brian maybe a couple times, but when we were communicating, we were on a thread together, and we were usually not always talking about you. Yes, we did, but not all the time. We were talking about our families and
Sure.
retirement, and
Yep.
and you asked to
Sure.
rejoin the thread, and you rejoined, and Maria and I were talking about grandkids or her place in Mexico, and
Yeah.
you were frustrated because we were not talking
Mhm.
about what you wanted to talk about.
You're good, right? That's your memory. And
Is
if
your
you go
memory-
back, and if you go back and you look at the facts, you actually look at what I was saying. You may find a different story, because Margot, your evidence of denial, the ego is that which creates denial and carries unforgiveness.
What am I denying? And I am
I
completely.
don't, Margot, that's up to you. That's up to you. All I'm saying.
So he's like, your ego, you're in denial, your ego, all that bullshit, because he couldn't just simply say what he was trying to talk about in the like text chain they were in. You could have been, Jack, you should have said, I wanted to talk about this stuff, and whatever. You could have said that, but he didn't. He's like, you're in denial, your ego, and blah, 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 blah. Welcome back, Chuck.
Yep, everybody else is wrong about past conversations but him.
Mm-hmm. He's always like, it's our egos. We just don't understand. It's our egos, and we don't understand Jack's love.
But that's why I like that this stuff's recorded, because even I got Jack to agree on one of the conversations we had. So that's why I like this recorded. It's hard to deny stuff that's right in front of you.
Well, Jack will disagree with you that that's what was actually said.
Yeah, and that's why I say we can just play the tapes again. We can listen.
Even if he does admit, he'll be like, oh, maybe I said that. Okay, you're living in the past. This is the now. We're living in the... That he does anything to benefit
or his
him.
famous answer, so what?
Oh,
So what?
shit,
Yes.
dang. He does the so what's now?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
It does so what's, yeah.
Okay.
And when you get the and there's a few times I say we go in the moment. I use that on him, and he tried to talk about the battle. Look, no, think of the moment, get in the moment, and in it right now. So
I noticed he stopped doing the "that's you" as much. He's like, "That's you."
Well, that's you works on someone who just talks a lot, like Illuma Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah, and the snafu snaps.
Yeah, literally everything Dosey said about other people applies to them even better. So that's why we can give it a that's you.
Yeah, I think it always applies. Like those three, like Snafu Snaps, Jack, and Illuma Tommy have some weird relationship that I don't really understand, but they all seem to have something in common. I just don't know what it is. Some kind of mental illness.
Drama llama lolcows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see Jack becoming more of a lolcow.
Yeah.
He's been a lolcow. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's getting more popular. He had the Thorpes up there the other day. That was pretty good.
He had who?
The Thorpes. They're some incestual.
Oh, that's some really intelligible people.
they got the clout. They got the YouTube clout though.
They go on Jack's show like once a quarter.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
They do it to fuck with Jack is all the reason they do it.
They go everywhere to fuck with people.
Yep.
That's literally the whole ML.
All right, let's get back to Margot versus
Cousin
Jack.
Jack.
It was.
Yep.
But
You
if you
have,
say I'm in denial, I'd like to know how I'm in denial.
well,
You're in
Margot,
denial,
you've
bitch.
denied the truth of your part in my life.
I'm not
And you've
denying that.
denied, well, you've denied opportunities to really
Stroke
help
me.
me.
Yep.
But you don't have
Help
to, Margot.
me.
And this isn't, I thank you, Margot, but I think I'm gonna move
What did
on.
I
I'm
to
deny
done.
you
I'm
of?
done with
What
you,
did I
bitch.
deny
Go.
you of?
Oh, friendship, mercy, kindness,
Haven't I provided that in the
support.
last 2 years?
You've presented the air of it. You've
The
shown
air.
the show. The appearance has certainly improved, but there's no heart.
There's no
How do you
heart.
know?
What?
How do you know there's no heart?
He's still living in the
my
back.
experience,
He is.
my
So-
life experience is true for me, Margot.
But
You've
you cannot
offered me-
say my heart is in this or not.
Okay, right. Tell you what, you're right. You're always right, Margot. You'll always be right until
Now I'm
you're
going to be
willing
a
to
hurt little
wrong.
baby.
I'm very
And-
willing to be wrong.
Okay, so you claim.
Just prove her wrong,
I
Jack.
think Margot and Jack, if I may say something, I think what Jack's trying to say
Jesus.
is better not to
Terry.
stress on those like bad moments in the past where you're trying to get clarity on like how did I help you or not, and just move on to the main topic maybe where we can move forward and get results.
Thank you, Tarek.
Yep.
I appreciate that, Tarek.
Tarek, a bit.
I know I shouldn't be looking for problems, but my reluctance, the only obstacle I see that is the company. Because when I talk about the topic, well, the topic includes me. And it includes me as being a man who actually has some value, some wisdom to share. I'm not deceiving anyone. I'm not misleading anyone. I'm actually clumsily, I'm suggesting people turn to Christ, turn to love. Let love win. This is what God has shown.
I feel like he's saying turn to Christ, but he's also implying that like a lot of times he's the Messiah, so he thinks he's the second coming, and yeah, the love and all that shit. It's like love Christ, love. He's basically saying love me, turn to me, worship.
That's what he's saying.
That's what
That's
I
what
feel.
he's saying.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Because-
that's why I'm saying too. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jack's message is definitely not very good if he's trying to be a good Christian.
He keeps saying that
Margot,
that
there's
Christ
something
was attacked
miraculous.
through his life, but yet I'm being attacked through my life. Therefore, I am Christ just because I'm attacked.
I mean,
So-
honestly, the Bible does say, and Jesus did say, hey, when you live in this Christian way, the world is going to hate you in a way. You're going to feel a lot of struggles and stuff at first. Jack, I don't know why he's still struggling. Maybe his faith's not strong enough or something.
So I think he's a legitimate Christian, but still, there's some part of it that he says when he says Christ worship me too, because he's like Christ.
I agree with you, Hank.
All right, let's go.
Happening in the world, but my eyes became opened, and this is what I realized. This has been my prayer often. Thank you, God, for the knowing of life itself, and thank you for what you've allowed me to learn of me and this life we're sharing.
He's missing a part.
I don't know when
Right?
it's going to happen, but when my son returns to my life, you know, I often thought a little encouragement might be easy to remind him, hey, your dad seems like a good guy. Is there anything stopping you from talking to him? Nope. Just like with Snafu. He's bragging about these connections and the way that he could help me. Hell, he's bragged about communicating with my son. nothing prevents him from helping me.
And Jack, not only nothing prevents.
Well, the problem is that his son is, what I understand, is an adult with a kid, and his son has like this opinion of Jack and doesn't want anything to do with Jack. So Jack's trying to go against his kid's wishes of being left alone by sending people to bother the kid and be like, hey, Jack's a good guy. Jack's a good guy. And be like, you don't know Jack. I lived with Jack. I was raised with Jack. And his son's opinion of him is more valid than anything you think of Jack.
Jack is paid, I think, up to $2,000 to total strangers, and they might have been bum on the streets, to call his son on his behalf.
Damn. I bet that didn't go well.
Yeah, it didn't go.
Yeah, I think that's the silly technique, the silly tactics in the first place. If you got his number and you block the number, you really want to get through, you get another number. So
yeah, you go to him yourself. Go to him, knock on his door. He's a grown man. You know, if he don't want to talk to you, he just will answer a door, or he'll call the police, and you'll be told to leave. You know, like, you know, but
it's not like he could really hide that good. He knows, Jack Taylor knows his name because he named him himself. You can use a people lookup thing. There's no way he could, unless he went and used the state to go on witness protection, which I guess he didn't because Snafu could find him.
Right.
You could totally get the information.
Yeah,
well,
and I'm sure he has it.
Tommy found him too, to be honest. His son.
Oh, Dominic.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's get back to it.
Which means I could easily find too, but I'm not. The thing is, he knows Jack better than I do. There's no good reason for me to say, "Hey, call Jack. He's a good guy," because he could do it. He probably knows that the show exists anyways. So.
I mean, I offered to call him, but I was like, I just would talk to him. I wouldn't be like, Jack's a good guy. I would just start asking him. I'd be like, so what happened that caused the division between you and Jack? I'd be all like mediating things.
Well, I was talking to Jack in private one night on the cell phone, and he wanted me to call his son. I said, Jack, but I need both sides of the story. I need your side so I can get his side. He went ballistic on me. Dang. You're calling me a motherfucking liar? You know, I'm a no good son of a bitch. And he hung up on me. He didn't want nothing more than, because he thought I was calling him a liar. And I said, no, Jack, there's two sides to every story. I'm just trying to get some base information. I don't want to call the kid and come across as a dingbat.
Right? And like somebody doing that, they keep having random ass people call your phone just to say they're a good person or something. Wouldn't that freak you out a bit? Like, that would freak me out.
Oh, yeah. That would piss me off. I'm saying, oh, you're a good person. Why are you freaking spamming my phone?
Right?
You're gonna plug your damn PBX system.
You'd be like, I'm about to get a restraining order against Jack Talcotto here.
Or I'm gonna get that my Metasploit out.
All right.
Well, I know I'm helping you.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chuck.
I'm going to say there's been 2 or 3 people that I know of that reached out and was told, please do not contact us. We want nothing to do with him, and leave it alone.
Yeah. And, you know, that's probably why he keeps Officer Snafu snaps around, because Snafu doesn't know boundaries. He crosses all the boundaries. And,
yep.
And that's what he was across the boundary.
Do you guys have like an age range of how old his son is?
22 or 24.
Oh, so he's young, man. Like,
yes.
Honestly, he's young. He's probably still hurt from childhood stuff. I mean,
he was
another 8 years.
He was 15 in 2018 when they quit seeing each other.
Oh, so he's like 20. Yeah.
He's young. Yeah. No, and he just had a kid.
Yeah, I think like the kid thing too will make him want to stay away from Jack if he has like any trauma where Jack was violent. Like either
Jack claims he was an angel.
That's not what he told me. He told me he was beating the walls and shit. Tell me he was punching walls and kicking doors or something.
Yeah.
Well, and he and the last day he saw the kid is when he told the kid he wanted to murder his mama.
That part too. Yeah,
That
I
was
heard
the same
that part
day.
too.
That was the same day he punched all the doors.
Yeah, Jack said he was worse than. So I agree with Banana.
Well, I mean, they're like I have like trauma in my life. Like when I was younger, one time my dad broke through our front window after he'd like been out drinking all night and like partying or whatever. And then he like beat the hell out of my mom and almost killed her with a knife. Yeah,
Good
he almost
Lord.
killed her. He almost killed her with a knife. And I mean, you know, after a while I forgave him, you know, and everything. So I mean, there is the ability
Yeah,
to
but
have
your dad
trauma.
didn't continue chasing you, did he? For your forgiveness?
No, he didn't have to really. Like, I think my mom and him kind of made up first, and then it was slow. I was scared of him, and then things became more like calm and normal, and that nothing like that ever really happened again. So I mean, the fighting was way less intense.
Gotcha.
Yes, and my dad buried my Magic the Gathering cards, and I don't think did I forgive him yet? But either way, it was my money. It didn't really. It actually made me hate Christians more because I think it was atheists at the time.
Is that why he burned them?
'Cause
those are religious reasons.
Yes, and I said, okay, then yeah, it made my atheism stronger because I was atheist at the time because freaking God and his people were assholes. So
makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that. Like a bad like experience pushes you away from that because when people try to force their religion upon you, it does get really annoying. I remember when I was like I wasn't very religious at all, you know, and I didn't believe in like anything because it didn't make sense to me. Now it makes sense to me because I feel like with the words of the Bible, I can mathematically prove things and what I expect to happen pretty soon, actually. So, you know, with that, it gave me this kind of science and religion type of faith because. I mean, it feels like science is proving, you know, the religious stuff more and more as time goes on. Which really drove me to Christianity.
Yeah, same here. Same here with more reflection and me reading the Bible for myself instead of me having parts cherry picked. I could actually understand it, but I could just read myself and just know what's going on. But just spoon fed cherry picked me to get construction that didn't make any sense or it's just irrelevant to me.
Right. Like people would just cherry pick something to answer one question, and then you'll have another question, and they'll cherry pick something else, and then the two things are at odds, and you're like, okay, this don't make sense, you know, like, oh.
And if you ever listen to Jack, at first he gave credit to God for being sober. As the time went along, he took credit for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is like people they pray to God more than they pray to Jesus. And in the Bible, it pretty much says that Jesus is the one that will give you everything you want. All you gotta do is ask him.
Yeah.
Not that you shouldn't not pray to God or anything, but like when you're asking for things or when you want something, it's Jesus that will give it to you. So yeah, that might be part of the praying.
Yeah, what's it say? None get to the Father except through me.
Yeah.
I would go through Jesus before I go through Yahweh because Jesus is far nicer.
Yep.
Yeshua. Is that right?
Bless you.
Yeshua.
He claims that he reached out to your family to help you, but all the evidence showed that all he did is made you look bad in front of your family and put you down and everything he can do to make you look like what he wants you to be. So I just want to say that out.
All right, thank you. And the reality is he's not alone. My best friends did that, talked shit about me, supporting my ex-wife and enabling my son's desire to stay away from me. I still claim they made a mistake with that. No one's ever been in danger from me, but their beliefs.
I don't
care
believe
more
it.
about their beliefs.
Not the way the post office
than
tells
what
it.
is real. That's
Even
what people
with that
shown me.
story.
But here's what I respect about Margaret, right? She just said, like, I don't know, 2 minutes ago or so, that in the past she.
Oh my god! I just had a good idea for like a little cartoon, you guys. So like Jack will walk in, right? Jack walks in, he's like, "Hey, I brought cupcakes," and somebody eats one of the cupcakes, and their head just explodes.
Well, you realize that was the next day after he got fired, right?
Yeah, I think he got like that's so stupid. Like you get fired, like you're not you're not allowed
In
on
fact,
the premises. I don't think.
Yes, he was trespassed, and he still went back.
Damn.
Yeah,
They trespassed him when they fired him?
What was
Yeah, that
that?
is
Say that
silly.
again.
They trespassed him when they fired him? I've been fired from the
Yes,
post office
yes,
twice.
because he was so angry.
I got fired twice. Both times I was extremely angry. I said the people were stupid and everything. I walked out. Never.
Banana,
Nobody called
he
the
went.
cops. Nobody
He
followed me.
he
Nobody
went
tried to
to
argue with me or nothing.
he went to Washington and got into a fight with the postal lawyers,
That is
and
the
they had to get
funniest shit, bro.
and they had to get him escorted out.
So think of it this way. Think of it this way. For people who don't like Ham Banana, he got fired twice, which means he had to get hired after the first time they fired him. So that's how low their standards are.
Yes, yes, it takes the act of Congress to get fired permanently.
It's very hard to get fired from the post office. They wanted to fire me for like a whole year before they actually fired me. And then they when they fired me, I was off for like a year and a half. And then they brought me back just to fire me.
So did you reapply or did they just
No, they sent me a thing. They gave me a deal, right? They were like, "Hey, we're going to give you your back pay for all this time you were off, but you got to come back and work for us." And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'll do that, man. I've been off for work for what, like a year? You're going to pay me all that money if I go back?" So I was like, "Yeah." I went back and I was there for like maybe 2 months and now I'm not there anymore. But I'm still getting the back pay, so I don't give a shit, you know. I'm pretty happy about that situation. That's shouts out to Lord Doc out there. Lord Doc said I'd never get a house. That money's going towards a house. But yeah, you definitely like he has there are avenues. Like when you get fired, he could have easily reached out to people and been like, this was wrong, and maybe even threatened to file like a lawsuit or something. That definitely would have got them to be like, all right, we're gonna bring him back. You know, he's a veteran.
He took the settlement. He took the settlement.
Well, did he get money out of the settlement?
I think so.
Yeah.
How much did he? Oh, okay. How much did he get then? There you go. See, that's what I did. When I went back to work, I took the money because they were afraid I was going to sue them. So they were like, we're going to give you this money and bring you back because they knew what they did to me was like fucked up in a sense.
They gave him 2 chances. They said, okay, go see our psychiatrist and you can come back to work. He went to the psychiatrist that they hired, and he said this man is not supposed to be around anybody. He's a danger to himself and others. So then Jack hired his own personal psychiatrist out of his own pocket, and the second psychiatrist came up with the same conclusion. He's a danger to himself and others.
Wow. Dude, didn't Flow State get the psychiatrist papers or something?
Yes, but Flo will not disclose them.
Oh, weak.
No, it's not weak. No, it's not weak.
It's not weak. It's a man of honor. He kept his word.
True. You know, HIPAA violations, whatever.
Yeah.
But
the thing is,
I would love to see it.
Flow State did clarify that pretty much Jack is consistent. So what he has is the same thing about is what Jack says. So Flow State confirmed that for us.
So he's still preaching love and ending wars and frustration that nobody understands is what's most likely in it. How did they conclude that Jack is dangerous, though? That's the both of them came to that.
Yes, they did.
Flow state is not bound by HIPAA. I know.
Well, he
might
told
be.
Jack he would not disclose any information, and he hasn't.
Yeah, that's good on him. You know, you got to keep your word and everything. All right,
Because
back to the video.
He thought Flo could help him, and Flo looked through the paperwork and said, "I can't help you."
Well, what did he want Flo's help with? Just proving he's not a danger to people?
Yeah.
So that was the third person that came to the conclusion that Jack is a danger.
He wanted Flo to get a hold of the second psychiatrist and have them change their mind. And Flo says, "I can't do
it." Like that's not within anybody's ability. You can't call a psychiatrist and be like, change your mind about this person. They would be like, well, he's gonna have to come back in and talk to me, not you. That's another thing with Jack, where it's like with his son and stuff, where he's sending people to go talk to him, try to change their mind. Jack needs to do the legwork, walk over there himself to the psychiatrist or to his son and change their mind himself.
Well, recently he said he wrote a letter to the psychiatrist and he won't answer him.
That makes sense.
So there's one thing that's where, like, I want an introduction, personal introduction. That's not too much to ask for, but to say do the groundwork for me. It's hard, especially if they're not connected at all.
Yeah, I would love to see Jack reunited with his son. I would, because trust me, I destroyed my family. I know what it means.
Yeah, and you were able to rebuild it and stuff, right? Like at least the relationship or something. So
that's 44 years married.
Jack should take some of these lessons from you, but he just gets frustrated with you. He thinks you're trying to steal his limelight.
Yes, when I say that, it's because I'm being selfish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He does that to you, and I don't think that's right when you're like trying to like think on his level, empathize.
Yes, empathy. Yes, empathy.
Yeah. So yeah, like when you do that, that's not something people do like out of like malice or anything, especially if they're when they're being genuine. So I don't know. He wants help, but when people tell him what to do, he gets mad and claims he's like the leader.
He doesn't want to do the work. He wants someone else to do the work, and he gets the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I said, well, he wants more influencers. Joe Cool used to visit his show. He has lots of influence. He panel hops and he talks to police all the time. He would have been a really, really good connection if Jack wanted to bring about world peace. But
he cussed Joe Cool out before, yeah.
Did he? What? How does somebody cuss at Joe Cool? That guy is just cool. He doesn't argue with anybody or anything.
Well, he argues with everyone, but he's playing around.
But like Joe, like I never really seen Joe Cool get mad or anything, you know?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's high all the time. He's not gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Joe Cool just left. He said, "I'm done with him. I'm not even talking to him anymore," and he just left.
Yeah, I thought about doing that too, because Jack gets frustrating sometimes where it's like, bro, like people try to help you, people are so kind to you and generous with you, and you're just shitty to them. Where it's like that bugs me when he's so shitty to people that are genuinely trying to help him, you know. All right, back to the video, you guys.
All right, roll it.
Or she believed that maybe your mental state wasn't there, and now she believes that you are much better. So all the Christians out there, or anybody that believes in God, especially you, Sniff, who, since you believe in mercy and love, like you said yesterday on your broadcast with Robert, why can't you be merciful and let Jack be and unite with his family and be happy for him? That's what anybody would do.
I know. This is what I've literally watched people. And here's the thing. It's amazing how life works. I'm learning to trust there is a perfection. There's a perfection to all things, and it's revealed through us, with us, for us. And this perfection has shown me people that could easily become a hero, and instead they choose to become a villain. Snafu. He's positioned himself perfectly in my life as this opposition of me. And should he choose, he can flip the script, become a hero, become a cheerleader for me, and or at least like said earlier, you don't have to like the person. You got to stand on what's true.
I have something to add when it's my turn.
Please.
Good
Please.
luck.
And then we'll welcome Powdered, the proverbial Dusty. Please, Margot.
Dun, dun, dun.
Are you there?
Good talk, Margot. Good talk.
Margot,
Margot,
Understood every word of
the floor is
that.
yours.
rest in peace, Margot.
Oh, I'm
Your
sorry.
boy-
Must
Oh
hear
shit!
me. If you
Your
go
boyfriend's here.
to Give Back Spokane, gbsspokane.org, Rick Clark is the executive person there, and he helps the homeless and or the poor. Well,
You're almost
you
both of
don't
those
have
things.
an income and you're almost poor, Jack. I really believe that Rick Clark can help you. He's local, he's amazing, and not only can he help you in your current
Margot.
situation, he might give you the
Margot, I
stuff
don't
you
want to
need.
hear that.
I know.
He's doing it
What's
already.
lacking is my ability to get his attention. I've
Have you tried?
I've tried many different ways with many different people, and I really kind of stopped chasing. I mean, if I can knock on doors and remind people, hey, I still exist and I'm still here and I'm still trying to talk to you.
You should do that with your son.
But
Pause.
Did you
Pause.
contact him and say, I'm poor
Pause.
and I'm almost
Yep.
homeless? I need.
Yeah.
She gave Jack her son-in-law or her nephew or something is on the Spokane City Council. She gave him the contact information, and he did nothing with it.
Dang. See, that's the thing too. Is like he would be like, "What? Get your nephew to call me or something."
Yes,
Like,
yes. He got mad at her and said, "You need to tell him what a good guy I am, and put in a good word for me."
I mean, like, okay, but you still gotta do your part and go to the meetings or talk to him or something. You know, like that's I don't know. There's a level of like, what is that? What's the
he
club
got
where he thinks he's
he
owed
did
all this stuff?
he did go to the city council and talk to the dude,
Oh,
and
nice.
the dude ignored him, did not respond back to him, and Jack got butthurt, and that was the end of it.
Aw, that sucks. Well, at least he tried that time. He did the legwork. He went and did the thing. Yeah, it does suck because not everything always works out. But you know, if you try, it's something.
Well, when you tell him I know what's best for Donald Trump, you're walking into a brick wall.
You're right. That's he's like, if you could get me in front of Trump now, and did I impress you so much?
There was a local minister that wanted Jack to help out with the youth program.
Yeah.
Great, right? However, when Jack said, "But I want your connections to the city council so that I can talk to Trump," he shot himself in the foot.
So
he wasn't interested in helping them kids.
I mean,
he was interested in talking to important people.
Picture here in the background looks like he's interested in hanging out with kids at the park or something.
Well, that might be. I don't know. I can't either attest or
no,
deny.
it was just the silly background he put up. Those little random kids and shit. There's a picture of Jack right there.
Yep.
Thought it was funny.
But see, that's it. There's always a catch to doing something. One time when I was we was on private phone call, and I said, "Jack, why don't you go down and help another alcoholic achieve sobriety, or at least guide him?" And Jack said, "Fuck them people. If I can't help the world, I don't want to help nobody." Was his exact words to me.
Damn.
Well, he should read more Lowell. Think global, act local.
That's what I was trying to point him to, and he told me, "No, I'm here to save the world, not individuals."
But the world's full of individuals, so
Right?
Exactly, Hank.
Well, yeah, that's part of his thing. You got to start. You can't just be like, I'm going to save the world. You start with one person. You get one person on the right track, and then you get more people on the right track or something. If you have that ability, Jack doesn't even seem to have that ability to guide anybody through anything, honestly.
yeah. Even if he doesn't want to start with one person, you think it's conflict, you could start with 8 people or something. But you need, you have to start somewhere, and you have to start small to make sure that your methodology is correct, because you may make things worse unwillingly,
Well,
unbendly. So you need to start small so you can make sure what you're doing is actually helpful.
Yeah, you don't want to do more damage than good.
But I think maybe he doesn't care and he just wants to do stuff with the muckety mucks.
Yeah, from what he's been telling freaking Chuckbacks, like on the phone calls, he apparently doesn't give a fuck about people. I mean, he cares about, it seems like,
himself,
making a change and being the thing. Yeah. He's like, I want to be the change. It's me. I'm the change. No.
He has an ulterior motive. He wants fame and fortune and recognition. That's it.
That's fine.
Do you guys think he's aware of it, though? Do you think he's actually aware that he doesn't really want the world to change? He just wants the clout and prestige and all that?
I think he's detached.
Yeah, he's detached from it. Because if he was attached from it, he would be hanging out with what's his name? Barnabas from Midlife Bro Logic or Blizzy Blind, because those guys
Midwife, yeah.
So he's
Midwife is just a closet homosexual.
I don't know any of those people.
Is he closeted, really? I don't think he's closeted.
I think so. But what do I know?
I could. My Gator's not good, but I could clock him.
All right, back on this.
Need your help?
No, I'm not asking for pity. No, or charity. Proverbial Dusty, please. What's going on?
Did you say his name was Rick Clark?
Yes.
Can you get me into a new or used vehicle for $0 down?
Yes.
He probably could.
You come to Tucson, baby, and I'll give you my car.
This is where I get thrown off here shortly.
Say that again. I got a little road noise. I didn't hear that.
I said, you come to Tucson and I'll give you my car and a blowjob.
There we go. Daisy's coming after you, Margo.
Damn.
I would do it just for the car.
Right?
It's like, I just want the car, lady.
Yeah, no doubt. This Rick Clark, he probably could help you get a $0 down, because he is, like Margo said, he's very well connected. He's doing amazing things. And this is what I've realized. And I encourage other people tuning in.
You know what's weird is, like, Margo, before she started flirting with other guys on Jack's panel, which I think she does to make Jack jealous, she was kind of flirting with Jack a little bit, but then Jack started like on demifying her or whatever, like demonizing her or whatever it is, like making her seem like the bad guy or the enemy and stuff. And then she started kind of becoming the enemy and being like, well, I'm just gonna cuck you on your own panel and do whatever. Like, I don't know. I think she did like Jack, though. She did like Jack, but Jack blew it.
I guess so. But Margo goes to Floaty's panel flow with him. But she doesn't like to be on it too much because people take the piss out of her. So.
Oh, really? Why? What did they mess with her about?
It's mostly me and Chuck, actually. So I messed with her about her being academia teacher stuff. And
okay.
I don't think she's actually good at educating people, and she tries to mock me for the shrink insults. So I call her out on her teaching skills, since I'm a trainer.
Bad.
a look in your community. You may find that there are some true heroes amongst you. Rick Clark is one of those that caught my eye, and Julie with Helping Hands. Those two, I've tried talking to them. I've tried getting their attention, just like I've tried talking to my neighbors, and I've tried talking to the folks at the union and my son. And this life we're living, man, we don't control anything except ourselves. And actually, if I can keep going with this lesson, yesterday we had some conversations about anger and emotions. And anger has truly been my Achilles heel. It's been my downfall. And someone even asked about the righteous anger. And I remember times where I thought I was doing God's will by yelling at people, but they couldn't understand me.
Yeah.
It wasn't their fault.
And Margot, I warned you, Daisy's coming after you now.
Oh, Lordy.
She's coming up.
Who is?
Don't Daisy. You flirting with with Flow State and the blowjob, and she's gonna,
Oh no, it turns her on. It turns her on.
It's all
She's coming up.
Did Daisy come up?
all in fun. And
Daisy is so possessive.
Daisy.
Oh shit.
Daisy
Welcome
is
to
a
you,
character.
Daisy.
That's for
Look
sure.
within. Holy cows, the generosity. Thank you, brother. Five memberships. Welcome to Venus. Daisy. Daisy. Christos, don't judge me.
You got a whore on your
Chris?
panel.
Oh my goodness.
Who is it?
It's Margot. If you like, which one of us is the whore? Whatchamacallit? Daisy, was trying to hook up with some people last time. Was it you, Chuck, or was it Dusty? She was trying to get your guys' numbers and shit. So I mean, she's
That was Flow State.
Oh, okay. I thought no, all right. Must have been Flow State.
I've had that reputation.
I've got a hot ball. I've sung the word.
Or
No, she's talking about
All
Margot.
right. Have a good night, Hank.
Talking about me.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. Salud.
Salute.
I think she means me.
Well,
That's what
anybody
No,
that
it's about
offers a
Margot.
blowjob is a whore on the damn internet.
Holy cow! I
Girl
rather
fight.
see Margaret picked up on it quick. I picked up on it quick.
Flow State gives the best blowjobs. Everybody knows that.
Can
There
we
we
kick
go.
this motherfucker? Why is Chuck allowed up here at
I thought
all?
this was a Jesus channel.
He got kicked off for that.
You got
kicked off for
you
that.
got blowjobs up here. All I wanted to talk about was you.
No, that was a funny comment.
What the fuck?
You wanted to talk about what? Please don't let
Anything besides
Okay.
blowjobs.
I love it. Daisy, calling us to more class. I love it. Thank you.
No, I ain't calling to class.
Oh,
You got
let
a
me
whore
be.
up on this motherfucker.
Let me. Hey. Please with the names, please.
Whore.
It's not healthy for you or this. Okay.
Yes, I agree. Especially if you're a Christian.
And the topic today is actually perfect.
Y'all don't like the truth, do you?
Daisy, here's
Does
the
this
truth.
channel like the truth?
Yes.
Handle can handle the truth.
Here's the truth. It's happening here and now, right?
Oh, let's wrap our minds around the blowjob.
No. That's
not.
Daisy,
Your mouth.
And get centrical with Jesus, and we'll do all that.
Daisy.
Daisy. No, it don't work that way, buddy.
Daisy.
Don't work that way.
Daisy, please pause. How do I communicate with you sometimes? What's the best way to get your attention?
Well, for you,
Maybe questions.
Come on, dude. I'm about that dumbass, but you're not. You can't sit here and Jesus all the time and then have a blowjobber.
Daisy,
and then, you know what I mean? Look,
I do.
What
Pause.
do you want to do this?
Daisy,
What do you
Daisy.
want?
Daisy, I love that question and I love what you're pointing out. It's a clear contradiction. But what I've been learning, Daisy, and it's a lesson I want to offer you, we don't control others. Okay, so please don't judge me by what others are doing. That's actually been what's been happening with me.
Are you getting ready to lose your home? She just said.
Did she call Margot a blowjobber? I gotta know.
Yes.
Okay.
Then what are you doing sitting in front of this deal? What's
Daisy.
going on? Can we get into that? Anything.
Yes.
Can we know the truth, Jack? What's the
Yes.
truth?
The truth is here and now. And yes, those
Oh, dear
things,
God.
those things are
Lady is a
potentially true, right? My housing is what it is. What is my plan? I do not know. I'm praying that God will give me ideas or
Okay, you
opportunities.
gotta write down on paper
Blowjob
what your
seems to
plans
be a
are, 'cause I
topic
don't
today.
see you later. I mean, God's not gonna poof you a house or poof you a place. Listen, I love God. I pray to God every day. I believe in God. But listen, dude, we got you.
Yep.
Blowjobs will get you a house.
Some real
You're right.
going on here.
Daisy, yes.
Chuck
Okay,
fell off
so
again.
let's take a breath.
Shit.
Let's take a breath, because life is happening, right? There is a lot of
I'm not sure what see, this seems like maybe Daisy also wants like Jack's penis, because they're arguing about like how offensive Margot giving blowjobs to people is, or her sexualizing herself on the panel or whatever. I don't know. Welcome back, Chuck.
I lost connection. Sorry.
It happens.
uncertainty in life. But if we complain about it, if we just focus on blame, it doesn't do anything to change it. And I've been blamed for the problems that I've been dealing with. Sure, I got a responsibility, but I'm doing whatever I can to change it. And Daisy,
Not
what my
true.
life has led me to do is to truly trust in God. And with a trust in God, I can trust in me.
God and always love God.
You can say something?
Yeah, sit at home and wait for God to do for you what you won't do for yourself is ridiculous.
I agree. You gotta at least do like try to meet halfway or something, right? Like just put in some of the work.
Exactly. What the Bible said, a man who doesn't work doesn't eat.
I don't know. I didn't read that part. It might be in there. It sounds like something it would say. I only read like the first 4.
And I'm not a perfect human being. I destroyed my friends. I destroyed my job. I destroyed my family because of the drink. But yet, after I sobered up, I was able to rebuild everything.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Jack feels like he has to lose everything first before he starts trying to rebuild. Which is, I mean, that sucks. It's gonna be harder to rebuild.
Well, he's getting that $300 a month government check, which I think holds him at bay. You know?
Yeah, that's gonna help him when he's homeless. But I mean, yeah, and that came from work he did in the past, right? When he served and stuff. So
that he got hurt in the military, so he's entitled to that money. But yet, money's evil. Make that make sense to me.
Yeah, like, I mean, I know he says that a lot, that money is like evil, but money is a tool. It could be good, it could be bad, but it just depends how people use it. If you want to be evil with your money, you can be evil with your money. But I mean, people can use money to do very good things too. So
yes, sir.
I don't think money is necessarily evil. People definitely are sometimes.
Exactly.
Thank you, God.
Daisy, can you quit clogging up all the airspace so I can ask Jack a question real quick?
Sins, but God is not going to poof you a place to be.
Well, here.
See, even Daisy knows.
I understand your doubts. They're relevant.
Jack, I just want to point your attention to something so you don't miss it. It's great. Backstage, Chuck says, "Daisy, help me." Just enjoy that. You got to enjoy the small things that God gives us.
I love you.
Holy cows.
Holy
He
cows.
got kicked off for mentioning blowjobs.
Genuinely.
Yep.
My
Of
intention,
all
for those who may
of
have
all
missed,
people,
my
I got kicked.
intention was
Right?
Saturday, Sunday, we'll do the hangout and the panels and do the conversations. Although it's still done Jack's way, you know, we'll hopefully orderly. But during the week, I was thinking it might be time to start increasing the value, right?
Brett, suck my
Focus-
asshole.
Focused
Whoa.
conversations on the topic so that those
Dick
for the
sucking
folks who
bad,
tune in,
asshole
they
sucking
receive some
good.
value
Sound
beyond
like it.
just the entertainment.
But Jack, did Daisy just say
Suffocate.
"suck my asshole" when
Right?
she's also
Brett.
claiming that?
I said it to Brett.
He's suffocated.
Okay, but
those
regardless,
cheeks.
that's not Christian-like, and that's not good behavior since you are
Tarek,
going.
Tarek is a
I'm not
little
running a
bitch.
Christian channel.
You saw
Here.
his shot to
Still,
jump
that's
on it
true,
though.
right?
Who just said that? Who just said
Here.
that?
That was Tarek.
Inspector Tarek.
Who?
Snitch.
It was,
The one that's got all this. Yeah. You know what? You ain't shit, dude. I've been
here,
watching.
please,
You ain't nothing.
Daisy, please.
I told Brett to suck my ass because I got rid of 2 people in chat that needed rid of. If he wants to bring them back, he can. Okay? I don't run a God channel. I can say suck my ass whenever I want to say.
Please, Daisy, yes, you can. But I want to
Thank
ask
you, Jack. Thank you.
Well,
Tarek-
running yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say running a God channel doesn't mean like necessarily that you can't say certain things, I guess, but also if you're claiming to be like a religious like person and you're persecuting Jack for whatever, or Margot, I think it was just saying, Margot, you're a whore, you're talking about sucking the dick, but now she's like, somebody stick your head in my ass and suck it. Like it's you know, it's a little hypocritical of her, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like she's pointing at Jack where she's like, do what I say, not as I do type.
Exactly.
I want to ask you to please, while we're here, let's try not to be
I will never
insulting.
hand out blowjobs, though.
No,
I don't hand those
understand.
out.
Oh my God.
And this was fun. Let's not take fun too
Jack thinks he can fix
right? We
Daisy.
can have fun with what's serious.
We can have fun on. Yeah, did he say anything to her about blowjobs? I bet he didn't. Did he?
Holy
Nope.
cow!
I am.
I
Look,
bet he didn't say a word on that one.
I accept your offer. Formal response.
I know.
There we go. Beautiful.
And we're already done, just like that.
It's concluded. I almost
Just
said
like I was
completed,
in your
but
bed the
not
other
quite.
day, huh?
Wow.
Nasty motherfucker.
Holy
Nasty
cow.
motherfucker telling people to suck her ass. Good job, Daisy.
No,
Can we
this dude right here said I was laying in his bed the other day.
What?
I did? Probably.
You
That sounds like
did.
something I would say.
You did.
Who, Jack or Dusty?
No, what right there in
Dusty.
the middle on the bottom.
Dusty.
That does sound like something I would say.
He did.
Oh,
He said it.
Jack
He
is the
says
one
a
that said
lot of
he's going to turn queer because he
Well,
couldn't get a
I
woman.
was just telling dude, come on.
Wait, I want to get back to some ideas. We played around in imaginations and memories. Let's do it with mine. Because what if?
Ooh, let's hear.
You
What
his
if
can't live.
imagination.
We
You
can
can't
find
live
a
in
way
what ifs.
past our disagreements and move forward with collaboration, with cooperation with each other. Because if we move forward, well, we can raise each other up. And if we can raise each other up, I got big ambitions, man. I really think they don't know it yet.
These people.
They don't know it yet, but I really think that Donald Trump's family and the American citizens They really want me to talk to Donald
Dude, you're
Trump.
not gonna ever.
I don't think so.
Love you, man.
I don't think so
You're not
either.
gonna
I don't think
Never
that
say never.
majority of people don't
Well,
know who
Daisy-
Jack is.
His security.
His family
you
doesn't
would,
know
like,
Jack at all.
lay you down and boof your ass before you even
Daisy,
did. Not
Daisy.
gonna happen. I
Hold
told
on.
you this last time I was up here.
I know. So please open your mind.
So for Jack, there's a bit of advice for Jack. If you want to meet Donald Trump, your best bet to do that is when he's doing like a speech or a campaign or at some event. And it will be like a handshake at most. Just be like, hi, I'm Jack Talcott. You know, just say that real quick and get your name in his mind. He sees your face. That's the beginning. You know, you just introduce yourself. He sees your face real quick.
Oh,
Then
until he watches the videos.
Hey, once he starts watching the videos, that's when the fun happens. You got like the fucking Secret Service coming after Jack. It'll be like, we got to get this guy away from the president.
Well, you know he's on a terroristic watch list, right?
Is he really, or is that just a
Yes. No. He said so himself.
For the freaking thingies? The was it?
No,
The cupcakes?
for giving money to a terrorist in Africa.
What? What?
Oh, you didn't know that? Yep.
Are you serious? Who was the terrorist?
I'm dead serious. Cross my heart, hope to die, all that good stuff.
Who was the terrorist? Who was it? What organization, or do you know?
I do not know, but he said he was investigated for giving money to a terroristic organization.
Oh man.
I
Oh man, maybe he should be Donald Trump and Biden and all of them. Maybe he'll belong with them. They do that shit too. Oh shit, that's funny. That is funny. That's crazy.
Isn't it? It's crazy.
I got a little tear in my eye. I'm gonna have to ask Jack about that next time.
Open your mind to what about the idea of he invites me to talk with him because he's received encouragement around
There's just
him
more
saying,
to
hey,
it.
this guy Jack is worth a few minutes of your time and attention. See,
He
connection.
can't handle the over and around about.
I'll reach around.
You say the same thing 10 fucking times in a different way, and he can't.
Right.
He don't have time for that, dude. He's busy.
Daisy,
You can't do that.
Hold on,
Daisy.
now, because you're defending
gonna stay
his
as
time
longer
and
and
his
longer.
schedule. He's not even here.
It's busy.
Well, this is what I've studied and what I've learned is how to use time the best use of our time to create the most productivity. And I've been studying many different fundamentals of leadership. Daisy, the leadership I've studied, and I've learned, it all comes back to that which Jesus taught. Okay, so
okay, that has nothing to do with time, baby. Trump doesn't have time.
Here, hold on. Let's pretend that he does. Okay, because here's what
we're not in La La Land.
Daisy,
reality.
Right, and
Daisy,
in the reality,
she's killing it right now.
Daisy,
reality.
Daisy.
That shirt is off the chain.
Isn't that his mugshot?
It looks like
Daisy.
His mugshot.
Yeah.
Reality. That's a reality. His mugshot. Look here.
Daisy.
His
That
mugshot
Trump
is
is
reality.
I don't know how Trump does
If
that.
Vienna sausages were a person.
It's an amazing reality that we're sharing. Okay, so here in the reality of this moment, Daisy, just for the sake
Daisy.
Hold on. If Vienna
Jack's getting frustrated.
Oh my God.
Daisy.
Wait a minute. What the fuck just happened?
I don't know.
Who said that? Who the
I
fuck
don't know.
said that?
Chuck.
Daisy.
It was Chuck.
Little dick motherfucker.
Whoa. I'm getting blamed.
Did you see how fast Jack Talcott betrayed me? Judas Talcott.
I'm
Judas
trying to get
Talcott.
some conversation
It's you that
down.
has the little dick.
May I say something?
Please
Oh
do.
God, blowjobs, $5.
Stop, please.
See, I know that you don't like me, but I think you're
I
hilarious,
don't give a
and I
fuck.
love you. I know
I
you.
love you too. But don't resort to blowjobs.
Don't
Okay.
start the play.
Don't whore yourself.
You know what?
You
She's
need
looking
more
out
than
for
that.
you as a she's looking out for you as a sister, Margot.
Yeah,
I
no
think
bullshit.
that's what she's saying. Don't
Oh,
don't
me?
sell
I
yourself
am. I'm
out.
looking out for her. I don't know.
Daisy.
I know
How does
you
she
are.
know that I don't like her?
Put me on a t-shirt.
Okay.
Make
Daisy.
happen. Do something worthy.
Have
Get
I
naked.
seen you before? Have we been
Dig.
Get
somewhere
naked.
before?
Oh no! Don't get her naked.
Can I please, here in this present moment, let's
Here in
the
this
topic.
present moment.
Yes,
Daisy.
the topic is to slow down.
She's
Slow down.
crazy.
Okay,
Oh.
slow down.
Slow
Be
down.
present.
Slow down.
Slow down.
And if
Be present. Slow down.
if you allow, we can have conversations that'll go into
Jack
the
over here. Jack's doing all
imagination.
this.
It'll be fun.
Imagination.
And what I'd like you to consider
People with
is
their hand
we
talking.
don't have to worry about Donald Trump's schedule. We don't have
I
to worry
see
about what
NLP.
he might or might not think or say. If we can believe that he could be, if we believe that he could help end wars and bring
A
reforms,
lot of hand gestures here.
Well,
how
you
would we
realize
get these
when he
ideas
sold his
to
house last,
Okay.
2 years ago, he took the first thing he did was buy more of them Tony Robbins courses type stuff.
Is that what he wasted the money on? So every time this guy gets money and
Yes.
he could be doing things, he goes to these self-help
Yep,
things.
yep,
gives
yep,
it
yep,
to
yep.
These people are already rich, and this is why they're rich, because of people like
Yep.
Jack. They're willing to just throw away all their money for somebody to tell them how to do all the common sense shit, but Jack's just gonna
Well,
ignore it anyway.
he sees visions of grandeur. He thinks live without fear will be a brand across the world, that he will get rich and be somebody, and when he's somebody, he can rub it in his family's face.
Yeah, or maybe they'll be like, "Oh, Jack, now that you're all popular and you got all that money, we actually miss you," or something.
Yes, yep,
Hey,
that's what he's counting on.
he expects something like that. It's one or the other for sure. But I mean, man, like he just doesn't understand other people, is what I'm guessing. Like he doesn't think of other people like himself, I guess, because if he was in Donald Trump's position, do you think he'd waste some time with some random nobody guy that's losing his house while, Jack was a billionaire president? He's going to be like, yeah, that guy losing his house, I'm going to meet with him and take his advice because that's what the country needs.
Nope.
Jack wouldn't
ain't
do
gonna
that.
happen.
Trump ain't going to
Nope.
do it, So it's unrealistic when he expects these like people that are in the position to waste their time with him and his nonsense. Honestly, it is nonsense. It is self-help guru stuff, and it could help people. It arguably could, but it's not going to financially help them.
I think the man's afraid. Deep down, I think he's afraid of himself.
Why? Why do you think he's afraid of himself?
He's afraid to face what he's done in the past. The things that he has done. He's afraid to make it right for the right reasons.
I mean, he might be, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. He might be afraid to make things right, but I feel like he just doesn't know how, or like his idea of making things right isn't actually making it right for the other party. It's just making it right for him and his feelings.
Could be.
I don't know. All right, let's get back to it.
Okay. Did you just hear what the fuck you said? I'm
I
sorry,
did.
but
I went on for a while.
Here's where I come in. Here's where I come in. He is trying to end wars. And these stupid indoctrinated BDS fucks.
That's just gonna say the N word.
Putting
I did too.
so totally wrong. Do you not know that you just had a man stand up for this country to put this country first? You see what I'm saying? No.
Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
We're
It's
looking to
because
the future, and what
Jack
I'd love
didn't
to
get no
do
credit.
is
You don't.
offer
This is
him.
why I'm okay. I probably won't ever be back.
Damn.
You cannot fucking talk about real shit. You talk about holy guacamole. Let's get under control.
Holy guacamole. I love it.
Yes, I love God, but we got real shit happening. Okay? We got real shit happening, and God's not gonna poof you a fucking house.
Daisy, please pause and take a break.
Oh, please pause.
Daisy, to continue what you're saying, because I agree with much of what you say, consider this. God created us for the purposes of bringing justice, healing, bringing truth into this world. That's why we're here, Daisy. It's what I realized about myself.
Listen, I understand. I listened last night. I did. I learned. I got so fucking fucked up. I had to shut it off. That was some. And then you got this. No, it's not last night. I had to shut it. It's the night before with this bitch with the shaved up head talking about growing gardens and shit together. Yes, get your communities together. I am in a small town. We all know each other. We all listen. Big importance. I understand that. But you guys went loop-de-loop yesterday. You need
Daisy.
to come down to reality.
Holy cow.
I didn't see what happened yesterday.
I didn't either.
Oh, it is. Reality, dude. Reality.
I have a suggestion.
Please, Margot.
Oh, shit.
Jack,
Please.
what if you made a public announcement show about exactly what you would say to Donald Trump and then ask people to share that across every social media that they could?
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump is already a no-war person.
Daisy, please.
So he would not give a fuck
Daisy.
about Jack.
I love how like Daisy is being the most realistic, even though she's not communicating very well. She's just screaming. Like she is on it. She's like the mother, and Jack's like like an 8-year-old boy with bad ideas. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like what do you think would happen if Jack meets Trump? Do you think there would be any of
he would be locked up?
What do you think will happen? He'll start yelling at him?
Yeah.
You know, like
I
was thinking, like, when I saw that meeting and I saw Zelensky and shit like that, like I was thinking if I was Zelensky, like when Trump like started putting his hand in his face and stuff, I would have stood up and I would have been ready to like, what's up? You want to put your hand in my face? Come on. Like, and I probably would have got arrested. I would have got my ass arrested.
Back.
Like that was, I felt bad for that Zelensky dude a little bit, but you know,
I mean, when you show up wearing pajamas, give me a break.
Yeah, but I mean, he's at war. Like, I don't know, and plus, I do feel like it's a little like you can critique a dude's clothes. Like, what are we like? Fucking
he tried
guy or whatever.
He tried to pull the underhand switch when he pulled them pictures out. Instead of doing that in the Oval Office in the privacy, he tried to be slick in front of the media and shame Trump. And that was the worst mistake to make.
Dang.
You can't shame the biggest country in the world. I'm sorry.
I don't get he was there to sign a deal, right? Like they were supposed to be doing a deal, and I believe the deal would have made us a bunch of money, or like it would have been giving us a bunch of supplies, right?
And if he would have signed that, we would have provided protection because we would have had companies in the Ukraine. He would have had defense built in, but yet he wants to bite the hand that feeds him.
Well, the thing is, like, he wasn't there to like necessarily be fed, though. He was there to do a business deal, and that's not like the way.
But you don't disrespect the office of the the president of the United States like that.
You don't disrespect the president of any country ever, like not to their face, unless it's Putin. Fuck Putin.
Sure.
But like, or the little Korean guy, North Korean guy. Fuck that guy too. But
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. But like most people, I would say, especially like the fact that this guy just came from war, like, and literally like a day or two before, before flying over here or whatever, he comes from war. And then, like grown ass men are like, you didn't wear a suit. It'd be like, I'm pretty traumatized from the war still, sir.
Well, he's not fighting in the war. I'm sorry.
I know he's not fighting, but he is the like general, like one of the generals, and he does go out on like he walks around the fucking Ukraine thing all the time.
But if I'm looking for help, I'm gonna kiss anybody's ass I need to kiss. Back.
I mean, he could easily sell those minerals to China, right?
Which he still might do.
I definitely would at this point. I'd be like, well, I don't really like China, but me and Trump don't get along, and the deal didn't get signed. I'm not gonna waste another meeting. I would just go to a different country and sell them for more.
Well, you realize after that press conference, they went to the Oval Office, and he told Trump what the United States was and wasn't going to do, and that's when Trump threw him out.
Yeah, he got kicked out. They started screaming at each other, and apparently he got like kicked out of the White House or some shit.
Yep. Yes, he did.
I mean, I don't know. The whole thing was an embarrassment, in my opinion. Nobody was right. There was no winners besides
no winners.
The Russian people won. The Russian people won. That's
I agree.
That was it was rough though. I feel a little bad for Zelensky, but it is what it is. Like you're saying, hey, if it meant that much to him, he would have swallowed his pride and just
exactly.
But again, he might have other options. So I mean, it probably didn't mean as much as Trump thought it meant to him.
Well, if he thinks the European Union is going to save his ass, he's sadly mistaken.
I don't know. He better hurry up and join NATO.
That ain't going to happen.
Oh, that's what the whole war is over.
Yep.
I mean, most likely we're going to get kicked out of NATO, and they're probably going to be put in.
What are you talking about? We own NATO.
We don't own NATO. We're part of NATO.
No. We own NATO. Trust me.
I mean, we might be the biggest part of it and contributor, but Trump doesn't want to be part of it or the biggest contributor. So when somebody doesn't want to be part of it and they're the president, I mean, I don't know how that's going to keep going, when Trump's very anti it.
We'll see what happens in the future. That's for sure.
True. It's going to be crazy couple more years.
We need Talcott to save us.
Yeah, right. Bring in Talcott. If only Talcott could talk to Trump.
The world would be healed.
I'm losing my patience with you.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
I'm losing my patience,
Trump
Banana.
need Daisy up here defending him while we try and have conversations together. Can you chill out, Daisy, so you can stay here and be a part of this, please?
I can chill out, but I'm telling you, he don't need your ass. He already feels that
Hey,
way.
Daisy, your doubts. Then if you want to continue believing that, please go find somewhere else to
because
be.
it's the truth. Do you
Daisy,
have reality?
Daisy, if you're not open to different ideas, you certainly won't agree with me.
Socialism
because my
is not the
ideas
way.
of what a leader is is not Donald J. Trump.
So I have an issue with what Margot just said. Jack Talcott.
Wait, did you say a bad thing?
Because my ideas of what a leader is not Donald J. Trump.
This is a big part of it too. Is like Donald Trump has a huge ego, right? Like he's like, just to say, he's full of himself, of course. That's the reason why a lot of people like him. Jack talking down on Trump like constantly, like just even that little bit right there. He's not a leader, or he's not what a leader represents, all this shit. Every time, dude, imagine how, like, if he were in communication with Trump and he's saying all these things, Trump would definitely hate him. Like, and
oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. He's like burning the bridge before he even gets to
there.
Like where he could see it. You know, you can't even see the bridge yet, let alone cross it. Jack, damn.
So I have an issue with what Margot just said.
Jack
Talcott doesn't need to make a special show to say what he wants to say to Donald Trump, because it's literally every single show. Literally every show.
Thank you, Hank. And there's value in what Margot said, but just that. I've talked about that idea. I could do it. I could do it on my own. I've tried making videos on my own and they turn out okay. I know with support, if I had people helping me find clear words for a message, that
help me, help you, help me.
But you know what?
And count how many times he
Maybe
says
it's a battle
me,
between me and God.
me.
Help me.
I'm sick and tired of learning how to do everything on my own.
Oh, wow.
I told God that. So I am gambling. I'm trusting that other people will be willing. I mean, I was thinking about this today. The number of hours of me online, they've been adding up. There's a lot of evidence there, a lot of content already. And I've often done these live streams with the idea of coming back, editing out some nice fluid parts and put something together. Maybe even some images and stuff to go with the words, so it makes more sense. But
good luck.
Yes.
It's a good idea, but
Jack, may I say something?
Everyone here, I'm the only one that got Jack connected to someone he wanted to talk to. I got him connected to Pine Creek, I think a couple of times, and he's right-wing atheist.
I connected Jack with somebody once. I gave him a it's the it wasn't the union leader, it's like the finance leader for the post office here in Arizona. I was like, this might be a way. Oh, check dropped off again. It might be a way, like, for you to connect with people, Jack. And Jack, like, was like, what is this? Who's that person? That won't help me, or whatever. It was like, dude, he's somebody high up in the post office, you know. And this person knew my name because I had just kind of did some business with them, so they knew who I was. And, like, you know, he could have called him, tried to talk to him, be like, hey, can you connect me to somebody in my state that's like in your position, you know, something, make the connections, do some work, you know, Jack. But he did nothing with it, and he basically all right. No worries, Chuck. I'll probably be hopping off in like a good 10 minutes or something. Yeah, he didn't want to, let alone call the guy. He first of all didn't call the guy. I gave him the name, the number, and I told him what the position was they did. And Jack, like, ridiculed me. He talked down to me for me having the audacity to be like, here's the contact. You keep asking us to give you contacts and ways to get to these people you want to talk to. The post office was one of his ambitions at the time, and I gave him a contact, and he shit on me for it, for trying to help him.
And I saw it'd be probably good practice with Donald Trump. So I'm actually had a connection and got Jack 2 there.
How did that go?
Yep. He wants somebody to do it for him. That's how it always is.
Yes, you can. I did too. So don't say that.
He actually got there. I didn't put any demands on him. I just got the connection, got him onto the show.
What demands have I put on Jack? I know better.
To that Margot. Yep.
I don't know.
And If I may say something, Jack, real quick, just to rebuttal what Hank was saying about Margot. There is a difference, Hank, and I know you're smart to know that when somebody talks about Trump every day and making a claim that wants to speak publicly to Trump, there's a difference there. That's just my position on it.
Yeah, but here's another thing. I also tried to get Jack and Margot together at Starbucks. I did the work to do that, and Margot just refused to show up.
But that was not the question. The question was related to what Margot said. You said you did the rebuttal, and I rebutted you back, and you deflected.
No, I did another rebuttal to your rebuttal. So I am doing the work to actually get the connections. I
noticed that.
where all you failed.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know how to write connections, but at least I got him connected somewhere.
It's like a lawyer, Jack.
Thanks, Hank.
I trust the pieces are coming together. I don't know what the future's going to bring, but sincerely, I am. My life has brought me to this choice, and I know my son will be, I know he'll love. He loved me when I was at my worst with depression and, addiction. We loved each other very much. So we parted ways. I'm excited to discover what he's been doing with his life.
So this is a common thing.
I know he's going to love.
So he did it to me. He did it to Margot. He did it to Chuck in Tennessee. Chuck says, he originally asked me for UN contact info number, email, and procedures contacting them. He was pissed because I didn't do it for him. So that's what happens. You give him the information. You're like, this is how you do it. Like, he's like the horse that's like, no, you put the water in my mouth for me and make me swallow it, or else you don't know love.
Love spending time with me again. And I actually think Donald Trump would enjoy spending time with me.
Maybe golfing.
Because this is my prayer. I'm honest and open about my intentions. So far, I've proven myself to be imperfect. I've shown myself to be unworthy. Trust has been broken and such. But my prayer is that from now on, it be the light of Christ that shines through me. Nothing more. And I don't control what people see, but I control when I diminish that light. And so I've been working to share more light than darkness. But in this time, this Talcottian adventure, man, calendar keeps going, and I keep wondering what do I do?
Came up with do nothing.
But
do
that's
nothing.
all of us.
That's
every
the best
day.
idea.
What do we do?
Well, the truth is, like, yeah, there's been times where, like, okay, when I lost my job, like, what do I do? I'm depressed, I'm down. Give it like a good week, just come to terms with it. But after that, you start moving your legs, you start applying for jobs on the computer and stuff. And you know what happened? Like 4 fucking places called me back within like 2 weeks. All that time, Jack, that you spent on those machines, those automation machines, Jack, that experience is extremely valuable in any warehouse, plant, or anything. That translates to all pretty much automation machines. If you could sign in, pick the right sort plan, and you're good to go. Pretty much, you just learn how to operate the machine on the physical side. If you're able to sign in and do all that stuff already, like, your experience could get you another job. It kind of, already got me like 4 job offers. So, I mean, and you have more experience than me on those machines, Jack. Yeah, just a little effort would get you in any business that you choose to apply for. It's obvious you're just not applying for things. Did he say important? Damn.
the key I found for myself.
That's rough. That is rough.
I need to be present.
I don't know how to deal with that. You're like, I'm too important.
Here and now, because here and now is where my memories are created.
My job is beneath.
Even if I spend time in memories not feeling good, well, then I now have a memory of time not feeling good, more time not feeling good. I learned by the grace of God how to surrender my mind, my will,
victim status.
And I encourage everyone to consider it.
May I say something?
Please do.
That should be the motto instead of live without fear. Live without fear.
Surrendered your will.
Do less, expect more.
I hope you continue to do that. As far as you're not a pity case, Jack. You know, if you need to contact Rick and say, look, I need a hand up. I mean, if he gives you a hand up, then you can work with him and evident the gifts that you have and what you've learned along the way.
That's my hope. And thank you for the encouragement. I may try following up with him again. But I'm anxious. I'm knocking on doors. I trust God is going to bring some great things. And I mean, imagine this could become, I think it already has, but this could become a story for history, right? Because if God reveals miracles, I'm very public and open about my devotion and faith in God. So it's an opportunity for God to shine. And if this is real, if somehow I've been trying to figure out how do I communicate this idea without people weirding out. But if it's possible that God is retelling the story of Christ through me, it just means that I'm another version of man who is realizing the infinite, but I'm not.
Jack apparently doesn't know the story of Christ, right? So Christ was born like an immaculate birth or whatever, right? Maybe he is Jewish, you know, maybe and that might be part of this. He does have a bit of a big nose. Like, so Jesus was born whenever he was like, I don't know, at some point Jesus went off to like Egypt or something because people wanted to kill him, and then he came back and just preached and stuff. I mean, this ain't that story. This ain't the story of Jesus here. Like, Jack thinks he's going through such struggles, like he's constantly being crucified, and you know, like he feels like he's, oh man, I can't believe he said that. Like, this is the delusions, or the longer he goes, apparently the delusions start coming out where he thinks he's Jesus.
Any expert. I'm not him. But if I can play this role, leading the army of righteousness into disclosure, reform, repentance from the corporations, the governments, it would be the fulfillment of prophecy.
Right.
And when I was a kid, I
remember he was kind of against
my rebellious stage. It was because I had a knowing that came up in me, and I don't even know where it came from, but I knew that I was either going to die by the time I was 28 or I might live forever.
Hey, well,
now, if
that's random,
if there is this possibility that God uses me to somehow help America change its ways and peace is brought here to the world, well, Jack Talcott might actually live.
I think he would sleep outside and
not eternity, but a long time in the minds and hearts of others.
Oh, he's walking.
That's where we all live, is in the minds and the hearts of each other.
And Jack, I would like to say something real quick off the subject. You know, Ham Banana and you know, another person sometimes just making accusations and claims with no proof. Just said in the chat that why would you want to meet Trump if he warded a 13-year-old girl? Again, Banana, where's the claim? Where's the proof? That's not true. So stop saying.
there is a woman who went to court in like, I think it was 2019, and she wrote a whole thing under oath at court that Donald Trump R-worded her with Jeffrey Epstein, I think. And then she wrote basically like two times that things happened. And both times were with the minors. So, you know, according to this woman, and, you know, the fact that he was on those Epstein flights and all this stuff adding up now, I'm inclined to believe the woman that when she was 13, Donald Trump R-worded her. You know, it's a court record. It's not like I pulled that out of my ass or just jokingly said it. That is a legitimate woman and a court record. And I guess eventually the first time I guess it got dismissed because they were like, we can't really prove this right now. And then I think she wrote like, I think she brought it to court again. But in the second thing, she wrote that Donald Trump threatened to disappear her and her whole family and everything. So she was like, I think after that, they kind of just dropped it. But that's in the court record. This is legitimately in the court record. I didn't pull that out of my ass. It really is a claim a woman made, and it seems to be true with all the things coming out about the Epstein list and all that stuff.
And stuff like that in the chat, and please.
Chuck, find it. Chuck, go find it.
I believe I saw been following him, but I believe he found a post on Twitter where he still needs more substantiation. It's not that he has no evidence at all, but he wants some more substantiation of his claim.
Exactly.
That's another character, another interesting character that has been a part of this experience. I'm trying to figure out, where does he fit in, right? What is his role? What is the purpose? What do I do with that guy?
Jackosaurus?
I don't know. I know that God has blown my mind. I've experienced the unbelievable a number of times.
May I make an observation?
Please.
I think, you know, looking at Han Banana and what he brings to you, you know, he definitely has no filter, and he says whatever comes to his mind. So you know what the dude's thinking.
I wouldn't say that much.
Well, yes and no.
I mean, is that a good thing? I don't know. It was just an observation. Hey, I'm gonna peace out. I got some work to do. Tarek, it's always a pleasure.
Let's skip to the end of this. I think that Daisy
Jack, you as well. Have a good night. Okay. Bye, friend.
Thank you, Margo.
Skip to this real quick. So I'm about to wrap this up. I gotta go.
Golly geez, golly geez.
Can
Hold. He lied.
Let's get over it.
Right there. He lied.
Get over it. This is not the Daisy show. Okay. Holy cows! Holy cows.
I know, Jack. I know. But Jack, what did I lie about? I said they're going at it. I didn't say that you started it, Daisy. And I just let you know.
Let's see. She comes back at the end.
I did not threaten anybody. Somebody told me they'd kick my ass. I will beat the fuck out of theirs if they want to think they can come at me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I think you need to go on to different stuff, like could include God, but different stuff. Yeah, you might be against Trump, and listen, anybody against Trump is not American to me.
Yes.
So maybe I don't.
She said to her. She said to her. She's allowed to have her opinions.
Daisy, I'm not against
him. I want to say.
Take your time.
No, I mean there was other things.
I'm sure there was.
Daisy as government subsides. Okay, I am on it. No, wait a minute.
You don't have to explain yourself.
No, I don't.
No,
I don't. I only got 3 years as opposed to an illegal alien gets it for life.
Well, Daisy.
But no, listen, no.
Surprisingly, she was the one, talking the common sense into Jack.
Whoop anybody's ass.
That surprised me, honestly.
I know.
I'd be in a
Luckily,
stretcher afterwards, but I'll
Daisy,
whoop your damned ass. And you,
actually,
She's a
Jack,
bit off the rails now,
Yes,
though.
quit doing the same. Bring more things in. Like we can talk about. I watched a video. Have you watched the video of the Ukraine? How they're pulling people, guys off the streets and putting them in the shit and putting them in the vans to go to war, and they're screaming,
Daisy,
and their old ladies and the
Daisy,
babies are screaming. Have you seen that?
Daisy,
How can anybody be for Zelensky with a
Daisy,
fucking what?
please pause. Okay.
I heard that the Russians are actually kidnapping Ukrainian kids too and taking them back to Russia to kind of like screw with their minds, you know, a little reprogramming, kind of get them to hate Ukraine. But I don't know if that's true. It's all just hearsay. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap that up there. That was pretty fun. That was a good episode. It was a good show. Surprisingly 3 hours. I was trying to do about a solid 40. I just got carried away with this one. It was a good show. All right, I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see if Jack lets me up tomorrow or the next day, you know? He might be pissed. Most likely he's going to be pissed at me. He was already pissed at me, but he might be even more mad. We'll see. We'll see how he handles the straight talk, you know, when people don't beat around the bush and they just say, you know, the truth to you. At least their opinion, whatever. Anyway, see you guys later. Hope you guys had fun. Have a good night. Don't do drugs. Blah, 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 blah.